They don't deserve to smell it. They don't deserve to kiss it. They don't deserve to touch it, taste it. Keep your peach cobbler to yourself, my that brown peach cobbler. You don't get none of that brown peach cobbler. Oh no, Leo season 8-1. Africanism, Prince of Pan-Africanism. I'm out of Instagram jail on my solar return, brothers and sisters. I am out of Instagram jail on my solar return, brothers and sisters. The ancestors have freed me from Instagram jail, brothers and sisters. It's your big brother King Kong consciousness. It's your big brother King Kong consciousness, the notorious RBG, and I have been freed from Instagram jail on my solar return. I have been freed from Instagram jail on the anniversary of the Haitian Revolution. Where are my Haitian Africans at? Where are my Haitian Africans at? I want my Haitian Africans to make some noise today on August the 21st. I said, I want my Haitian Africans to make some noise today on August the 21st. I want my Haitian Africans and all my revolutionary Pan-Africanists to make some noise on the anniversary of the Haitian Revolution. Let us remember General Toussaint L'Ouverture. Let us remember Emperor Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Let us remember Christophe and Makandal and Bookman and Cecil Fatiman. We salute the Haitian family today. We salute the Haitian Revolution that is the birth of Pan-Africanism in a military sense. We celebrate Nat Turner today. Oh, yes. We are celebrating the greatest revolutionary to walk on American soil, the prophet Nat Turner. Oh, yes, we celebrate George Jackson, Soledad brother, on August the 21st, 1971, the most revolutionary day of the most revolutionary month. George Jackson, Soledad brother, rose up against the mass incarceration complex and declared war. He was martyred on this day. Nat Turner's war began on this day. The Haitian Revolution began on this day. Black Jesus, the Christ of Ethiopia, the Black Jesus that most people worship across the world. He was born on this day, not December the 25th, August the 21st. Queen Mother Fannie Lou Hamer showed up at the Democratic National Convention in Atlantic City, New Jersey, to tell her story of racism against Mississippi Africans, which culminated in the passage of the historic 1965 Voting Rights Act. Fannie Lou Hamer showed up in New Jersey this day. Emmett Till, who was the martyr and the Black Christ of the civil rights movement. He showed up in Money, Mississippi on this day, August the 21st. And of course, you know, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, King Kong consciousness, the notorious RBG, RB Jesus, the #1 Pan-Africanist in the world, the #1 Black activist in the world, the #1 Black scholar in the world, the #1 school psychologist of all time, the #1 orator of the 21st century. I salute my mother, Queen Mother Barbara, for bringing me from the land of the ancestors to the planet Earth on this day. I said, I salute my mother, Queen Mother Barbara, for pushing me out in the ghettos of North Philadelphia at Episcopal Hospital at being Lehigh. Salute Queen Mother Barbara, who taught me to serve the people. Queen Mother Barbara, who gave me a heart of compassion to fight for the people. This is her birthday, but this is my Earth Day. It is my mother's birthday, but it is my Earth Day. I said it is my mother's birthday, but it is my Earth Day. So I salute my Queen Mother Barbara, my mother who I love so much, who brought me into the world in the ghettos of North Central Philadelphia, destined to be the greatest Pan-Africanist of the first half of the 20th season, first half of the 21st century. Brothers and sisters, this is the last day of Leo season. I want all my Leos to make some noise. Tomorrow at 10:55 a.m., we pass the baton to the Virgo family. Where all my Leos at? Where all my Leos at? Make some noise, Leo. This is our last day. This is our last day, brothers and sisters. And I don't want you to spend it partying. I want you to spend it praying. meditating. I want you to spend it in spiritual study. I want you to spend it in revolutionary strategy. I want you to spend it thinking deeply about the problems of African people so we can liberate ourselves. This is the last day of Leo season, the last night of Leo season until we meet again next year. When we meet again next year, I promise you the doors of FDMG will be open. I'm hoping the doors of FDMG will be open by the end of this year, brothers and sisters. That's what I'm looking at. But I'm certain the doors will be open this time next year. If you want to celebrate me, celebrate my mother. If you want to celebrate Nat Turner, if you want to celebrate Emmett Till, Fannie Lou Hamer, George Jackson, the Haitian Revolution, or the Frederick Douglass Fugitive Slave Convention that all happened on August the 21st, hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. That's the birthday gift. Hit the Cash App.
Get ready for the most glamorous event of the year, the U2B Streets Awards 2025. February 9, 2025 at Laban Midtown, located at 641 West 42nd Street, New York City. Join us at 12 p.m. for the pre-show red carpet extravaganza and a chance to win $500 in our fashion contest. From 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., enjoy the gold tier experience with speakeasy confessionals, press interviews, and premium cocktails. At 4 p.m., the platinum tier includes performances, a comedic host, an awards ceremony, dinner, and gift bags. From 8 p.m., the diamond tier features a VIP after party with a DJ, aerial dance, fire performances, and gift bags. 24 YouTube categories and many nominees. Can't attend in person? Stream the entire event live on Hush and Move Media via Uscreen for just $9.99. Get your early bird tickets before September 15, 2024. Visit now. Be a sponsor. Be extraordinary. Be there. Be great.
Happy solo return. Happy solo return to Brother Umar. Happy solo return to Brother Umar. This is We-On-Loc Nation with the lock sector coming to you late at night, which is my fault because I overslept. I was very, very, very tired being in that heat all day. I was very, very tired. You don't understand how crazy it is right now, especially in the state of Nevada and even in the state of Arizona. Like, I would rather be here, is all point intended, but in the state of Arizona, oh no. Warning heat advisory all day. Warning heat advisory all day. Good morning, good day, good night to you. Just here to do some reactions to some videos. Dr. Umar, of course. Not everybody's going to be his cup of tea because not everybody likes or appreciates or accepts Dr. Umar for who he is because they think he's this, he thinks he's that. And quite often, good morning, Helen. Quite often, people would say that he's scamming this and scamming that. Well, the building that he's in right now, currently as of right now, what is the scam? How do you, again, I'll say this all day. How do you scam something when you already have it? See, people want things when the door's open, but people don't want to contribute to anything. What up? Hear me out. People don't want to contribute to anything, and this is the reason why I shake my head at times. But in the election, you would kowtow to the polls and vote for Donald Trump. You would speed your ass all the way to the polls and vote for Kamala Harris, not knowing her policies and everything. You will go to the restaurant and just stuff in your mouth and don't even know what you're eating. But you have the nerve, the testicular fortitude to accuse him of what? I mean, there's good and bad in everybody. I mean, the bad part about him is, I mean, he's not a businessman. He never proclaimed to be a businessman. He's a teacher. I mean, you want shit done. I mean, if you want shit done, I guess it's apropos to go to the government for shit, right? It's apropos to go to the government for shit because you're used to that. You're used to that. He's not. He's doing everything with black money, and he's making it a prime example. If he can do it with black money, so can you. Why can we not? And other than the prime example, why can we not support ourselves again? Because we don't want to support ourselves. Very few and in between do so. I've gone to the hottest spots here in Las Vegas, and let me tell you, these African shops sell just the same product as your local grocery stores. Same shit, but you don't want to support them. I might go there and get me one of them African whatever they call it, the jabahas, the clothing line. I should definitely do that, but we don't want to support our own. We don't want to support our own. We don't want to protect our women, but we have the nerve to criticize one individual who wants to do right by his people. Congratulations. Vote for Donald Trump. I hope he gets you what you're asking for. But what are you asking for? You're asking to be led. You're asking to be led by a 78-year-old man who cares nothing but his bottom line. And the only reason he's exploiting Project 25 is because of that. Is because of his bottom line. Nothing else. He doesn't care about any of you. He doesn't care. It's all about his money. It's all about his money and then nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing. But like I said, happy solo return, Brother Umar. It's late in the day. Appreciate y'all being with us. Speaking of Umar sectors, there's a lot of stuff brewing in the Umar sector. I dare not touch it because it's just too much going on. It's just too much going on of the same stuff. The same stuff that moves each and every single time. People beefing with other people. And most of it is the women over there. Some of them women is trifling. Some of those women just need to take a bath. I'm getting off of work. Be careful, Helen. Be careful, sister. Be careful. I heard Jersey is kind of tough out there. And speaking of which, I still don't believe. Sidebar. I still don't believe the age that you are. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Because you look too young and you look too nice in that picture. You look too nice. Home pouring me a drinky poo. Home pouring me a drinky poo. Boy, hey, it's almost it's almost Friday. Let me see what day. Yeah, it's Thursday. It's about to be Thursday in 2 hours over here. It's almost Thursday. Do what you got to do, sister. Do what you got to do. But anyway, Everybody's gonna come to me and say, "Oh, I told you was gonna open up the school next year." Guess what? I don't care. I really don't care. What he said was, and I'm not moving any needle. What he said was he hopes for it to open this year. But see, here's the thing. You want things to open up, right? You got to pay the price. You got to pay the price. You want to dance, you got to pay the band. You want to move to another destination, you got to pay a toll. You had to pay a toll. You had no problems, paying for that white man service. You had no problems paying for the white man service. Why is it so hard for our people to understand and understand how critical this shit is? Salute. And that's another thing. You don't want to support, none of you Negroes want to support a person like this here. Intelligent Soapbox has a more standalone YouTube he produces a whole bunch of good ass content, but because he's not raw, right? Because if he's not raw and he's not over the top like the rest of you Negropeans, you don't want to support people like that. You don't want to support people that can actually help you throughout your day, no matter what it is. I don't care what it is. You got brothers beyond brothers beyond brothers beyond brothers who do this shit on a regular basis, but yet you don't support them brothers. Instead, you support people that just attack women all fucking day. Why is that? No, we appreciate brothers like you. We appreciate brothers like Nidish, even though Nidish doesn't piss me off. We appreciate brothers who are in the middle of, like, in the midst thing. They're not too high, they're not too low. They're in the middle of things, right? So yeah, I don't care if he opens it next year. I don't care if he opens it the following year. I hope he doesn't open it at all. I hope he doesn't open it at all. You know why? Because most of you Negropeans do not deserve it. Those who want to see it open would strive to help this brother achieve what he needs to achieve. He's damn near finished. He's damn near finished. You got to put, and everybody expects kids to come in and like that. First of all, they got to be tested. They got to be tested. They got to be, it all depends on what age it is. I know it's 2nd through 4th grade that he's going to do for the first year. 2nd through 4th grade. So 2nd graders, the ages range from, I don't know, from like 6 to 7 years, 6 to 7 years old. So, no, wait, 3rd grade. Yeah, 6 to like 5 to 6, somewhere around that age, range. You got to be sterilized. You got to do this. You got to do that because you're under state rules. Believe it or not, you're under state rules. Private, public, doesn't matter. You're under state rules. You have to be sterilized, and you have to take, a little small test, and you got to meet with the parents, and Shit's gotta be situated. He wants, but he wants to do. He wants to have buses, which I don't think he needs buses because people can just drop their kids off by car and stuff like that. But I would like for him to have like a very large van, so just in case he wants to do a field trip or something like that. But he doesn't. He won't get that type of support. No, he won't get that type of support because because America is what it is. Black America is what it is. And you're wondering why we're so scattered around to figure shit out. You're wondering why we're so scattered to figure shit out. You know, why? What's wrong with our women? What's wrong with our women? They don't want to submit to us. But you look what's happening overseas right now. And dudes are pouring acid on women. Dudes are beating women at a large scale. Why do you think they wear the turbans around their face? Sometimes they just wear turbans all around their face and put glasses on because they don't want you to see who they are. Because how vulnerable women are. But here in America, you have a plethora of black men who are scared of the white man. Scared of the white man. What they do. Just scared of them all day long. Scared. We're gonna have the nerve to argue with women all day. Well, what the hell is that all about? You acting like the women who are arguing with men. I don't argue with you. I don't argue with you. I'll say, have a nice day. I'll bust out. I have cussed out a few women in my day. There's still a particular person that I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. I'll just leave it at that. But at any rate, that's on the back burner. But at any rate, you got too many individuals who just do this all day to women. Most of them are red pill, you got the black pill, whatever pill it is. You got niggas from the manosphere. I mean, it's just crazy. And some women do this to themselves. Some women honestly do this to themselves, and they need a bath because they stink. They coochie smell quite poo-poo if you get my drift. Because some of you ladies, y'all obviously listen. I'm not Brownsville. I will give you your listen. I will give you your flowers when I see you doing excellence. I will give you your flowers. Sometimes I'll give you your flowers when you come in the room, and I'll just say hi and say, "What's up to you?" I have zero problems with the women in my chat. Because you know why? Because they practice common sense. They practice common sense and they go about their day regular like everybody. And what they do in their personal life, that's none of my business. When they come on here, they act respectfully. And if they were to do a live stream, I have to do the exact same thing. That's called courtesy. The exact same thing. None of these niggas in the Umar sector ever practice any common courtesy with nobody. There are a very handful of people who do that. So shout out to D. Durrell. He's the one that kind of introspectively introduced me to the whole Umar thing. And because I was more of a Professor Griff guru. Shouts out to Professor Griff. Public enemy number one. Shouts out to Professor Griff. Shouts out to Dr. Claude Anderson, who's doing the damn thing. Is pretty much retired at this point. I can't believe I'm saying this. Shouts out to Eric Dyson, Dr. Eric Dyson. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want to be respectful. So, I mean, he's done some work. He's done some actual work. I mean, he's kind of kowtowing the shit, but we want to be respectful. But on this day of Leo season, Dr. Umar is the topic of discussion. Now, I do have an open panel. If anybody wants to come in and shout out to your boy, whatever, talk about whatever, I'm down with whatever. If you want to talk about whatever, be down whatever. I just ask one thing. I ask a couple of things. One, let's be respectful. Let's talk like some decent ass adults. And number two, if you're on your phone and you're driving, I don't like that shit. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it when people drive and they start talking on their phones. I don't like it. So, with that being said, the first video kind of like spun me. And let me know what I mean. When he had, and I mean Dr. Umar, I mean he's been introduced, he's been summoned pretty much everywhere, right? And people usually ask for his advice. People usually ask for, his opinions about stuff because the brother is very knowledgeable, right? But then you got people like crackhead Charleston White who cannot just keep sticking his nose in just people's affairs and keep calling it like, well, if he's a doctor, oh, I got to do my Charleston White kid. If he's a doctor, my nigga, why does he have an office? Where's his office? Where's his office, my nigga? Where's his office? Where's his office, my nigga? Where's his office? He ain't no doctor, and he need to quit begging. I like Dr. Umar, but he need to quit begging. Stop putting your face in people's affairs, man. It's quite ridiculous at this point. Do some shit. Do some shit on prostitutes. That's what you're used to doing, right? You're used to doing shit on prostitutes. Talk about prostitutes. Talk about how you bought your daughter this and your daughter that because he's graduated, and which is a really good thing. It's a really good thing that you can purchase stuff. And hear me when I say you can purchase stuff for your children, which is a very good thing. But you're purchasing stuff off of the name. I don't know why that was on. You're purchasing stuff off of people's pain. You're purchasing stuff off of people's, doing what you do and thinking that is right, challenging other people. Say, I'm going to call the police. You're causing controversy. So you're making money off of controversy. Instead of doing what's right, I know what you're doing. You're hustling. And I'm surprised you and Jaguar has lived that long. But I have more respect for Jaguar than I do for you. I have a little bit more respect for Jaguar than I do for you. I have a little bit more respect for Jaguar than I do for you, crackhead Charleston White. You see, people interview this nigga because he's flamboyant, he's out there, right? But they're just doing it for clicks and views. They're just doing it just for a hot time. I can understand that shit. I can understand it. But that's some pussy shit to me, my nigga. That's some straight pussy shit. We're at a time now that we need to stop playing. This thing about Project 2025 is going to be crucial. It's going to be crucial, and a lot of nutheads don't know how to read. Does Charleston Wright know how to read? Has he read into Project 2025? I don't think he has. Because last time I checked, he was sitting with two females that are call girls. He loved them call girls, right? He loved them call girls. He loved the midgets. He loves midgets. This nigga loves midgets. J-Hub, salute. This nigga loves midgets, my nigga. This nigga loves midgets. Charleston crackhead. Why he loves midgets? Oh, that nigga got a fat ass right there. Let me see if I can pick her up. Oh, I'm all about my community. Ooh, I'm all about my community. You ain't about shit. You was in jail for 7 years, my nigga. In jail for 7 years for damn near attempted murder. You people just paying attention to you because you calling out rappers. You calling out rappers' names. If King Von was still alive to this very day, that would have been your ass. If King Von was still alive to this very day, that would have been your ass. I ain't worried about Soulja Boy. Soulja who? The one that was claiming, he was claiming what? Blood? He was claiming blood. That nigga ain't no blood and he damn sure ain't no Crip. The hell? You calling out niggas like Soulja Boy and you saying F King Von this and F Nipsey Hussle that? Like, really? So you calling out mostly dead rappers? And just showing your guns. Nigga, I got guns too. But my point is, you're doing this off of pain. You're doing this for clicks and views. That's all you're doing it for. That's all the fuck you're doing it for. So I don't respect you. I respect Jaguar Wright more than I respect you. You a hustler. You a thief. You a con artist. You're a jack-off. You're a scumbag. No one wants to pay attention to you. You're just fun. And soon as that fun dies out, you're gonna be a nothing burger. While Dr. Umar continues to strive and try to reunite our people. How do you reunite your people? Let's put let's put a basketball, some nets on a basketball goal. What the fuck does that do? Put a net on some freaking basketball goal so people can tear it down again? Stupid. Plain stupid. I haven't seen y'all in a long time. What's good? What's good? I haven't seen y'all in a long time. I don't know what's going on in the Umar sector. I really don't know. And this ain't even my fight. This ain't even my cup of tea. I know it's about two individuals that I love and respect. I do know that for certain. I do know that for certain. It's not my fight. So if you're looking for Umar sector content, this is the wrong place. I'll just say this. When it comes to T-Pre, when it comes to D Darrell, that's my brother, that's my sister. I love them both. I wish them nothing but the best. But I do know that they just need to work some shit out. They just need to work some shit out. But other forces that are responsible for them being in turmoil, because you know how the devil works, right? You know how the devil works, Stray. You know how the devil works. So all these other people who like to be in a brother business and all that shit. Nah. I'm not really into it. I'm not really into it. Not really into it. But like I said, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. But anyway, back to this crackhead. Back to this freaking crackhead. Oh, Doobie! I haven't seen. Oh, my bad. Listen. Thank you for that video. Thank you for the Sonya Massey case. There's some shit stuff, excuse me, that I just found out about that literally they are literally trying to take us out of here. How do you plan some shit like that? I mean, this is not a Sonya Massey topic because again, we're gonna wait for the whole trial. We're gonna wait for the trial. At the same time, we're gonna wait for Sade Robinson's trial because both of them should do life in prison, and I wouldn't mind if both of them got the electric chair. I wouldn't mind it at all. But all this was planned. All this was planned from the get-go. I haven't even heard Charleston White mention anything about the women getting got. If he has, provide me with that clip. I'll put the clip on. I'll subtract my statement. If you find the clip where Charleston Crackhead White has even uttered or mentioned the death of Sonya Massey and Sade Robinson, put the clip on. Give me the clip. Provide me the clip. I'll put it on. I'll look at it, and if I hear what I think I heard, then I'll just subtract my previous statement altogether. I'll subtract my previous statement altogether. But let's just do some Umar content, shall we? What's this all about? Oh, yes. This is funny.
Just the entertainment.
Firestone. For those who answer the call of the vagabond.
Oh. Yeah.
30th, 1981, I believe. And then you had what happened yesterday, former President Donald Trump on July the 13th of 2023. What is odd about these 6 presidential assassination attempts, 2 of which were unsuccessful, 4 that were successful? 3 of them were assassinated on a Friday, and 3 of them were assassinated or attempted to be assassinated on a Saturday. Nobody was shot on a Sunday. Nobody was shot on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. No one was shot on a Thursday. It was only Friday and Saturday. Donald Trump's attempted assassination was on a Saturday. Is it just a coincidence that President Ronald Reagan's assassination attempt was also on a Saturday? Is it a coincidence that both Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump were neither traditional politicians? Ronald Reagan came over from Hollywood. Donald Trump came over from the business world. Is it also a coincidence that neither man was extremely popular, so to speak, when they were running for president initially, and the assassination attempts endeared them to many people who otherwise would not have supported them?
Yes, Doobie, and I do appreciate seeing you once again, my sister. I want to understand your question. You said if you ain't doing mutual aid, then you're hitting Donald Trump false flagging. What's the talking about false flagging? My dear, you gonna have to hit the link. You gonna have to hit the link. I know, because it's open mic night anyway. It's open mic night, so you come on up, hit the link if you're not busy.
Of the four presidents who were assassinated, three of them were assassinated on a Friday. Lincoln was assassinated on a Friday. John F. Kennedy was assassinated on a Friday. William McKinley was assassinated on a Friday. Only President Garfield, July 2nd, 1881, was assassinated on a Saturday, as were the attempts made on Reagan and Trump. Are these coincidences? So what do I believe? I believe that this was not an attempt to take Donald Trump's life. I believe this was an attempt to endear Donald Trump to the American people so that the Republican National Committee and Convention could continue to carry out the martyr narrative that they have been using ever since Donald Trump was charged and convicted of a felony. So they are painting a picture to the American people that suggests the power structure doesn't want Donald Trump in office. And because he's being viewed as a martyr, it is increasing his black vote. It is increasing his white vote.
Like I said, the only reason why, going back to Project 2025, the only reason why he has been exploiting it is because he's been exploiting a lot of things. A lot of things. It's because it affects his bottom line. It affects his bottom line, as well as his sons and his daughters. It affects his bottom line. It don't affect damn the Americans. It's like Donald Trump and anybody else who is rich under him, who has been supporting him. I encourage everybody to read that. I heard it's 900 pages. You don't have to get the 900. You don't have to get to the whole 900 pages, but you have to understand at least half of what's going on.
And this latest debacle, if you would, scam that I would probably say was also done by the American white power structure to further ingratiate Donald Trump to American voters who otherwise would not be thinking of casting a ballot for him. This was not an assassination attempt, excuse me. This was not an assassination attempt. This was a publicity campaign.
Okay. What's the significance of the Friday and Saturday? What do you think that significance is?
Well, one thing, we know that security tends to be laxed on Friday and Saturday. There's less bureaucratic activity on a Friday or Saturday. All of your government workers, mostly outside of essential workers, are home on Friday and Saturday. Basically, you have less eyes, you have less supervision, less surveillance, and less security. So whatever you're carrying it out, it's more effective to be done on Friday and Saturday. Those are the 2 days that a lot of folks, are thinking about something other than their job, than their work. And of course, Sunday is church, and very little takes place on Sunday out of respect for, religion. So Friday and Saturdays are.
Real quick, quite curious. When was George Washington murdered, what day, not the year, but what day did George Washington get murdered? Just curious.
Are the best days to carry out an assassination. And I would also argue, to underscore my position, that this was a publicity stunt to garner votes for Donald Trump.
And while you're looking up George Washington, look up John F. Kennedy too.
Trump by the power structure. And when I say power structure, I don't just mean the Republicans, because America is not ran by Democrats and Republicans. America is ran by the National Security Agency. America is ran by the Council on Foreign Relations. America is ran by the Trilateral Commission. America is ran by the Federal Reserve. America is ran by the Bilderbergers, the Rothschilds, the Morgans, the Stanleys. That's who America is run by. The Democrats and Republicans are simply their arms and fingers. They are their feet, but the ultimate decisions are made by the shadow government that includes, but is not limited to, those secret bodies that I just mentioned. Let's go to Barack Obama. When President Barack Obama declared his run for president, and even during his reelection and during his entire campaign of the first term and during the second term as well, his life was threatened multiple times. President Obama received more death threats, I believe, than any president in American history, running and sitting. Not a single attempt on his life. There's no way you're going to convince me that someone who's receiving actual threats on their life doesn't get a single attempt in 2 terms, and Donald Trump gets one. I'm not buying that. This was a stunt, and the power structure's name is written all over it.
What do you think about the 2 people that lost their lives?
Collateral damage. America allowed Pearl Harbor to be bombed. They knew the Japanese were coming, and they let it happen because they needed to justify their involvement in World War II. America, any government, not just America, but we're talking about America. If you study the behavior of nations, it becomes necessary to sacrifice some of your own people in order to gain a larger reward. In other words,
white people sacrifice their people every day through homelessness, right? I mean, we have the nerve to talk about our people, but white people sacrifice their people on a limb. If they're not for their bottom line, then they're against it. So yes, there are some sacrificial limbs. I do. It's all over. Look at all over Vegas. Look all over New York. Look all over LA, Texas, Florida, all major cities, and within. Sacrifice all day, baby.
Words, you might lose the battle on purpose so you can win the war. So I'm not surprised that there was only one casualty. America has killed way more of her people than that. Look at all the soldiers who died fighting Al-Qaeda, so to speak. Look at all the soldiers who died in Afghanistan and Iraq and Kuwait for oil and drugs and access to international markets. They didn't die for liberty or justice or democracy. They died for power and privilege. So America has a history. All governments are corrupt on the planet, okay? And all of them basically have a history of sacrificing their own lives in order to achieve their selfish ends.
So how do you think America is looking to the international community?
I'll get back to this, in a minute, but I want to move forward. And there's something that's quite curious. It's related to today. It's really related to today, and that's your gentrification. And that is your gentrification. And Umar spoke on that. But before I go further, I would like to give a shout out to Black Authority, Jason Black. If you go to Jason Black, I want you to go ahead and purchase 8 a.m. It's on Amazon. 8 a.m. is on Amazon. 8 a.m. is on Amazon. Not one. Fred. Ask Fred Hampton. Not one. Ask Fred Hampton. Joel. You gonna come up here? I know who Fred Hampton is. But you're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely positively right. But let me get into this real quick and then we'll go back to our previous video.
Opportunity to further segregate the city.
The gentrification is on and popping.
Before Katrina, you could get a house around here for $200,000, and that was expensive. But now everything is full and up.
Gentrification process is already pricing this out.
Instead of gentrification, I see myself as like an artification. We're the first wave of ruining a neighborhood.
What's the trend do you think is happening in this area? Because we're on St. Claude right now.
Yep, people with higher incomes are moving. So these are neighborhoods that were historically undervalued. They were majority Black neighborhoods. They were neighborhoods like the ones near the port.
Now, when it comes to shit like this, I want you to think of Project 2025. I want you to think of Project 2025. I want you to think of gentrification. I want you to start connecting these dots. I really want you to start connecting these dots. Because this is not just on us, it's on everybody who's under the bracket. Remember, there ain't no middle class anymore. There's the rich and there's the poor. Ain't no in between anymore. They're trying to get rid of all that. Ain't no in between anymore.
And they were neighborhoods that we call now the Sliver by the River, which have become some of the hottest neighborhoods in the city because they didn't flood during Katrina. When that happened, most of them were majority Black, but those land values and home values and rents doubled and tripled, and they became white neighborhoods almost overnight.
The influx of investment led to a rise in property values. And just this year, we learned how that rise could cost all of us.
We need something to be done to stop this bleeding that's happening in our community.
And in case you
and we're back.
Who cares?
You ain't been paying attention. There's a global movement to make Black people a landless race. There's a company whose name I'm forgetting right now. Say it again. BlackRock. Absolutely. They're buying up all the available real estate in America, and they're not reselling it. They're converting it all to rental property. They want to make sure we own nothing.
Basically, buying up property, selling it, buying up property at a low rate, selling it at a high price. Self-explanatory.
And while BlackRock is buying up all the real estate, Bill Gates is buying up all of the arable land. So you might ask yourself, why would a computer scientist be so interested in agriculture at such a late stage in his life? Because he figures, since so many of us as African people are well aware of the scam that COVID was, nothing more than a global African depopulation agenda, that we wouldn't take the and we wouldn't eat certain things. So Bill Gates said, well, since Black people want to eat healthy, we're just going to put the disease in the crops. And so now more than ever, brothers and sisters, you got to watch what you eat. In fact, Bill Gates's crops have already been outlawed in several countries around the planet. They won't even allow it to be imported in. So if you think there's nothing wrong with Bill Gates's food, why are there countries around the world that won't even allow it to be imported in? So we got to grow our own food, and we have to stop selling the real estate that we do own. I don't know why Black folks is selling homes you done already paid off. It took you 30 and 40 years to sell off, to buy off grandma's house, pay off the mortgage, and now you let these white folks come and manipulate you into selling a house that took your ancestors 50 years to pay off. And then with the money that you get from the so-called developer, you're going to end up with a new mortgage, because no matter what they give you, it's not going to be enough to cover the cost of the new house. And then I read
that here in Sacramento in the Black Oak Park section, they're gentrifying it. They said that Black residency in Black Oak Park, Sacramento was down 25%. And the culprit appears to be the University of California, Davis, is it? They have a Aggie Square project or something they're working on. Well, my question would be, why did we let them get started with it in the first place? For those of you who don't know, the biggest gentrifiers in the Black community are not the white developers. It's the colleges and universities. In fact, if you do not know this, the number one job of the university is not education, it is real estate. And not only the universities are they some of the top gentrifiers in America, the fast food restaurants are some of the top gentrifiers in America. Did you know that McDonald's makes more money off real estate than hamburgers and fries? Yes, the hamburgers and fries is just a front. And it's the same thing with the universities. And why do they do the gentrification through the universities? Because if the university comes into the Black community with a program disguised as help, we're not going to push back. Because who has a problem with the program for the homeless? Who has a problem with the program for the ex-offenders? Who has a problem with the program for the teenage mothers? Who has a problem with an entrepreneurial incubator program? So what they do all over America, it ain't just the University of California. It's the University of Pennsylvania, University of Michigan, University of Seattle, all of them. They come in disguised as help. And we buy into it because whatever it is they're pitching looks like it could benefit our community. And without us even paying attention to what they're really up to, they start buying over this house and buying up this block. They expand the project. But you don't say anything because this is for poor people. This is for homeless people. This is for our elderly. This is for our mentally ill population. Since it looks like they're helping us, we don't even recognize the takeover. And then when they own enough of the Black community, they shut all the scam projects down and just come on out with the agenda that it was from the beginning. They did it to us in North Philadelphia. Temple University had a PASEP program, Pan-African Studies Community Education Program in North Philadelphia, my neighborhood, born, raised, still live there. And nobody would check Temple University for how they were buying up North Philly because they gave us this Pan-African Studies program. So Temple gave us the Pan-African Studies program to distract from the fact they was kicking us out of our neighborhoods. And once Temple University had gotten all they wanted, they shut the Pan-African Studies program down. In fact, let me give you a piece of ironic truth. Do your research on all the white universities of America who offer a PhD in African or Africana studies. And you will see that most of the white universities that offer PhDs in African and Africana studies are some of the biggest gentrifiers of the Black community. And the reason they offer the PhD in Black studies is to distract you from the fact that they're only in your community to rob the real estate. Hoodwink, bamboozled, led astray, and run them up.
Like and share, subscribe to the channel, like and share and subscribe to the channel. I wonder what it would be like if we ever in my lifetime, ever organized to the point where we won't have to deal with this situation. Because as I stated before, gentrification is very real indeed. For those who are in New York, for those who live in LA, looking at the situation, you have old people who own and control, allow you to breathe, but just this much. Give you enough money to function. give you just enough money to function, not enough money to compete and be amongst your neighbors in these households. I'm not talking about that, because somebody's got to live in the condo, somebody's got to live in the apartments, somebody's got to do X amount of work for $15 an hour. $15 an hour still in a world like this. You know how people are still working 2 or 3 jobs, which is crazy. Which is starting to make me think these people don't care. These people obviously don't care about nothing but their bottom line. And people don't see that because they think they live in a free America. You're being duped too. You are being duped too. How come you're doing that much manual labor for this amount of money? Doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. I mean, let's do the math. Let's just say if I was making $24 an hour, right? Which ain't shit. $24 an hour, which ain't shit. Paycheck comes to like $1,600. When actual your gross is more than that. It's like $1,900. But the government comes in and they take about their part of the money, which is like 30-40%. And you come out with, $1,600 if you're lucky. Your rent is about $19, $20. Yeah, give a little ballpark figure, right? Let's just say you live in a 1-bedroom apartment. Here in Las Vegas, Nevada, a 1-bedroom apartment can extend from anywhere from $1,900 to $2,400, depending on what side of part of town you're in. You'll be lucky to catch something a little bit more cheaper than that for a 1-bedroom apartment if you're lucky enough to find that. But here's the thing: you're gonna have to go to the hearts of the ghetto to find that. And believe me, they have it. So let's just say for a amount that, for 1-bedroom apartments, like anywhere from $1,900 to $2,400, right? If you have kids and you're looking for a 3-bedroom apartment, I don't know if they have a 4, but if you need a 3-bedroom apartment, you're paying out of pocket. We haven't even discussed water, gas, electric. We ain't discussed none of that yet. We haven't even discussed none of that yet. And these people here are taking your farmlands. These people here. These people are taking your farmhands. They're taking your way of life. How are you going to have time to do anything? Here it's a sports town. You are literally paying taxes for a building that relatively people were asking for because they wanted to see the Las Vegas Raiders come over here, right? You got the Las Vegas Raiders over here chilling. You got the facility, you got the practice facility way out in the east side, way on the southeast side. I've been over there. It's pretty nice. But we have to pay for that. We have to pay for that. Can you imagine what the ticket prices are? It's like $300 for cheap seats. $300 for some damn cheap seats. $300 for some cheap seats. Let's not even attempt to ask how much it is for to sit in mid-row, right? Just to see the Las Vegas Raiders play. And guess what else is going to be developing? They just shut down Tropicana, right? They just shut down the Tropicana Hotel. I mean, completely decimated. Guess what they're building? They're building a baseball stadium over there. The A's are coming over here. Oh, yeah. The A's are coming over here. Damn! Nobody wants to see the damn A's. Jerseys, you don't have money. You don't have jersey sales flying off the roof. You already have a WNBA basketball team, the Aces, which won their second title in a row. I bet they're gonna win their third title. But who gives a shit? You got the A's possibly coming over here. You have the Las Vegas Raiders already over here. It's a dominant sports town now. And we got to pay the taxes for all that. So good luck finding and keeping a job that is paying you at least $24 to $25 an hour. You need the minimum should be 28, but for the simple fact that people are printing out money is one of the reasons why inflation is going up. I don't understand it either. But these people right here are literally trying to take you out of here. And this is why it's so critically important to read the documents for Project 2025. Connect the damn dots, people.
Be careful of the charter schools because they are also the gentrifiers. You find many charter in white suburbs. Charter schools overrepresented in the Black community and in the ghettos of America. Why we don't see as many charter schools out in the suburbs? Because charter schools are a weapon of gentrification. I know this well because Philadelphia has more charter schools than any city in America, and Philadelphia is also the #1 gentrification city in America. Gentrification follows the charter school, and I'm explaining to you how this works. Let's say this is a community. All of us is a community. We live together. Every person represents a house in the neighborhood.
Yes.
White folks want to get us out.
Yes.
Can't just come in and kick the door down. We got UC California, University of California doing what they can do to take over the real estate. But you know what we're going to do? In addition to help them out, we're going to open up a charter school. But we're going to get somebody Black to be the face of it because Negroes don't do no research.
No, they don't. But as far as kicking people out of the apartments, I've heard through the grapevine that in Denver, Colorado, there was some gang activity going on. I'm not gonna put my finger on it, but there's some gang activity going on, and they were kicking people out of their apartments or some stuff like that. I did hear about that. I did hear something about that. People, it's desperation time over here, bro. It's desperation time over here, bro. It's desperation time. And you're getting these people, they're Venezuelans. Venezuelans, and this is where I say it's critical, be careful who you bring here in the United States. They're bringing prisoners from Venezuela over here, the United States of America, scattering them around everywhere. Who are you voting for? Who are you voting for?
They'll research if Diddy did it, but they're not going to research who's really behind the charter school. So they'll go and get Pastor Lemonade to front the charter school, right? And so you send all your children to this charter school. You think it's Black. They call it the Malcolm X Academy. You think it's Black, right? And then you notice when your child goes to the school, most of the teachers are Caucasian. Staff is Caucasian. Administration is Caucasian. But you don't say nothing because it's better than the public school they were in. And then you start noticing that the white folks who work in the school buying up all the abandoned properties, buying up all the lots, buying up all the buildings, turning the closed schools down into condos. And before you know it, 10 years later, the property value so high that you can't afford to live there no more. And so what was once called the Malcolm X Academy is now the Adolf Academy for gentrification. Whenever you want to get rid of black folks, you got to shut down the schools that educate their children. And the best school to start is a charter school because you do not have to be loyal to the residents where it exists. This is how they're getting rid of black folks all over America. Look at the cities with the highest amount of charter schools. They got the highest amount of black gentrification. And by the way, this decision to gentrify the black community was made in the year 2000 with the presidency of George W. Bush. So this was decided upon 24 years ago.
And you want Dr. Umar to build a charter school? For what?
It's been going on for a quarter century and they almost done. And then they said to deliver the knockout blow after the universities scam as much black real estate from the community, and after the charter schools scam as much black real estate from the community, we're going to go to South America and get some anti-African Spanish-speaking migrants. And we're going to fly them right into the black communities to finish off the gentrification.
Just like that. Finish you off saying that they're better than you and this and that and this and the third, knowing that we have Jamaicans and Haitians who actually work for a living, just like you and I. What people don't get and people don't want to get is people who are already over here in the United States of America, when it comes to Africa, when it comes to Jamaica, when it comes to Haiti, all these people are over here and they earn their green cards or whatever. They do. And all they do is work and strive, and it sucks. It completely sucks. And while they're doing that, rent is on a rise. Rent is on a rise. $50. $50 every year. You have to pay over $50 every single year. $50. Remember, again, I said that rent, some people pay like 20 grand. Not 20 grand, like what's like 2,100 and some. I mean, you have to and it continuously tack on each and every single year, unless we get people to come in and say, hold off on it. But who do you trust? Who do you go to? This is the reason why I say we need to organize. This is the reason why Doc says we need to organize. This is the reason why I say Dr. Claude Anderson says we need to organize. When it comes to voting, when it comes to getting shit done, none of us are organized because people are scattered all everywhere. And you accuse Dr. Umar of being a fraud. Oh, that's funny. That's real rich coming from y'all.
Because after all, we know black people have been brainwashed by religion to never stand up for themselves. They got to speak for everybody. So since black people love speaking for everybody, we're going to start bringing everybody into their community to finish off the gentrification project. Look at Chicago. I was just there. How do you let Governor DeSantis fly a plane full of plane full of migrants from Florida to Chicago? And the governor of Texas to do the
Chicago, the Windy City, Chicago. Ha ha. Many people have been screaming about Chicago for many, many years now. And don't be fooled by what you see on TV. Don't be fooled by what you see on TV. Because the stuff that happens in Chicago, what people talk about, is very, very real. Very, very real indeed. Killings and shootings in Chicago and no one gives a shit. You know why? Gentrification. What did Umar just say just now? How are you going? I'll emulate what he said. You're flying immigrants. They're replacing you, you foolish bums. They are replacing you. Simple as that. And there's no organization between none of us. There are a few groups here, a few groups there. I'm talking about anything happens in Chicago, we gonna hear about it in New York. Anything that happens in Michigan, we're gonna hear about it in Florida. Anything that happens in California, we're gonna hear about it in Nevada. Anything that happens in Nevada, we're gonna hear about it in New York. It should transition like that. See, this is the story about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. When they decided to put their differences aside for the better of black kind, not mankind, black kind, Martin Luther King was going to control the South. Malcolm X was going to control the North, and they were going to bring about together a massive amount of togetherness, if you will. But sure enough, y'all already know the story. Y'all already know the story. Malcolm X was shot by somebody who put the gun in their hand, who was white. He knew his death was coming and shortly lived. After that, Martin Luther King was assassinated in the hospital. For those who don't know, everybody had said that he had died in I think it was Memphis, Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can correct me on that if they can. When he was up on the balcony and he was taking a breath of fresh air, and the tie that he had on was I think it was red. The tie that he had on was red, where everybody else wore blue. And he ended up getting shot, but he was still breathing. He was still breathing. He was still alive. And so when they got him to the hospital, you can look this up for yourself. When they got him to the hospital, they started kicking people out the room, and someone put a pillow over his face. Yes, someone suffocated old MLK. You don't believe me? Look this up. If you don't believe me, look it up. There are things that are coming out in the front, but you don't even know about. You don't even know about them. You don't even care. Or you think you care, you don't care enough. It's like Gordon Ramsay. Where's your passion? Are you giving up? Where's your passion? Black people don't have passion other than the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, and Sexy Red. That's the only thing they have passion for. Which brought about the massive amount of fake outrage, which brought us the massive amount of lakes. Facts. Have you ever played chess before? You see how your chess moves are put in position. There are things here in America that are being put in position for the black man to lose, even though we need to play the game that other people are playing. We need to play the game that other people are playing in order for us to continue our survival. And this is one of the reasons why I hate it when black men date outside their race. There's a significant reason why that is. There is a significant reason why that is so. And I hate to say it, and I hate when I say doobie, don't be offended, but I hate it when you women date within your sex. Because how are you going to produce? How are your numbers produced? A man can't be with a man, and a woman damn sure can't be with a woman. So how are you ever to produce if you're with the same sex? Now, I don't mind it. I mean, you're an adult. But when you have a collective amount of people doing this, do the LGBTQ, HIV community, whatever, handling all this shit, how they're going about it. Hell, even Boy George disagrees with all this shit. If George Michael was alive, he would disagree. Boy Day, what's his name? God dang it, I had his name. Not Davy Boy. What is his name? Not John Bon Jovi. God dang it, I'll think of his name in a minute. Do they even know? They know. I like women, but I support homosexual love. That's basically loving women. That's basically it, boo. Yes, you didn't think? Yes, George Michaels was gay. Yes, George Michaels was gay. Not Davy Boy. Why is Davy Boy still stuck in my head? Why is Davy Boy still? Anywho, I respect the gays of yesteryears. You know why? Because even RuPaul necessarily he would disagree with having boys participate in any of this shit. He would have boys not even participating in none of that bullshit. But it's an agenda behind everything. Connect the dots. Just connect the dots. Y'all better start reading that project. Read about that project. Understand, overstand, and understand. Understand, overstand, and understand. Understand, overstand, and understand. And you need to connect the dots of these projects right here. There's something to that.
That's the same. And y'all don't think there's not a federal mandate to do this? You just gonna airlift thousands of people from a southern state, bypass all these half-empty white states on the way, and drop these people off in the two most crowded cities in the country, Chicago and New York, which happen to be our two blackest metropolises. That's why they're there, to destroy black power. See, when Joe Biden was running for president, and y'all didn't pay attention, because y'all love picking cotton on the Democratic Party plantation. Negroes love a plantation. You can't wait to get to a plantation. Joe Biden came into office and said, I want to fast track 11 million immigrants to full citizenship. Black folks ignored it, but I didn't. I went right to it. I said, y'all know what this means, right? Biden knows he's not going to do nothing for black people because he was Obama's vice president, and he saw black people didn't make Obama do nothing for them.
You do know what it means when you have those many immigrants coming here to the United States, right? No type of citizenship, no green card, not even earning not anything at all. They just give them grants to do with it whatever they want with it, basically. And you wonder why you can hardly get any jobs here. Look all around you, people. How many doctors, nurses, and surgeons look like you? How many? Count the many fingers and the many hands of how many doctors, lawyers, and surgeons are there in your city and state. There ain't too many over here. One who was a caretaker to my wife when she was pregnant, he left to go to Atlanta. I said, "Oh, we done." How many doctors, lawyers, HVAC specialists, carpenters, plumbers, electricians, welders, how many black folks do you see on a regular basis? Just imagine if they gave all the positions to people coming out of college. All the black folks that are coming out of college who are actually graduating and getting the positions, because there are very few people who get those positions. But the majority of the positions that are being held are by white folks, Asians, and Mexicans. White folks, Asians, and Mexicans. Well, not Asians, because the Asians have all the computer or Microsoft. And you hear dumbasses like Lennon Honor talk about, it don't matter. I don't matter what race she is. I don't matter what gender she is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. I don't care if my son is gay. I don't care if my son is gay. I'm gonna love him the same. Dummy don't even know what he's talking about. Dummy don't even know what he's getting into. Talking about he don't care. He better.
So if the Negro don't have to serve you, I damn sure don't. Come on, right. So since he knew he wasn't going to do anything for you, he said, when my re-election comes around, in order for the Democratic Party to hold on to the White House, we're going to need somebody to substitute for these blacks because they're not coming out again. So the migrants are here to replace the Democratic Party dependence on the Negro voter. Oh, yes. In Chicago.
I love this one. If your son was gay, it's okay. If your son is gay, it's okay. No, it ain't. But I don't have to worry about that. I'm not worried about it, as a matter of fact. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm not worried about my daughter going that route. Not worry about it at all. Because, see, yes, everybody needs love. Everybody needs love, but this is where the discipline comes in. This is where the discipline comes in, because nobody is born into that. Nobody is born into that specific realm. My sister and I, my sister-in-law, we argue about this all the time, or we used to. Not much anymore, because she knows how I am. Why is that even doing that? She knows how I am, and I know how she is. Not saying that when you're in your adult, you make a decision how you make a decision. But at this particular time, at their tender age, oh, no. I ain't Dwayne. Who do I look? Do I look like Dwayne Wade to you? Oops. Do I look like Dwayne Wade to you? I don't give a fuck about Dwayne Wade. Fuck Dwayne Wade, man. You had ample time and responsibility to see to it that your sons go on a straight OA path. Your responsibility, sir. But you let some hoe and Gabrielle Union, yes, I freaking said it. Gabrielle Union is a hoe. Gonna let her control you like that, my nigga? And you from Chicago, home of Michael Jordan. Are you freaking? Now, Michael Jordan, he's from North Carolina, but you get what I mean. You get what I fucking mean. Don't nobody ask X straight. What? Don't nobody ask X straight person who were born X straight person who were born straight. I don't know what that means, but okay, sister. Okay, sister. I got you. When do you know when you're straight? Come on. Obviously, you don't know science. Obviously, you don't know science, and you don't know DNA, and you don't know much about DNA. You don't know science, and you don't. How do X chromosome and XY chromosome just dismassipate each other? How does that work? Please tell me how that works. How does a person who is straight, two straight people, put in this worth a gay person? Please explain that to me. Please explain it to me. Again, I have nothing against gays. I just want to know, how do two straight people have a gay person in their life and was born that way? How does that work? Scientifically, how does it work? I'll wait.
The migrants can vote even though they're not citizens of the country. In Chicago, the migrants can be police even though they don't even know the law. This is a purge. They're getting all the food stamps. They're getting all the health.
How she wants
all the homes. There's schools that were shut down in New York and Chicago. And the city said, we can't afford to operate these schools for black children. But when the migrants showed up, they opened the schools back up, renovated the schools. And now the migrants got their own schools with apartments upstairs.
Yep. So what you gonna do? I came from two straight parents. Okay, I want to see this. I want to hear this. And again, I ain't got nothing against y'all, but y'all not gonna put it as to say straight people are born gay or have a kid that's born gay. Please don't do that. Don't fucking do that. There's some drama behind all that. There's some fucking drama. A father who has been in the home is not gonna let that happen. A father with understanding, a father with common sense is not gonna let his son, especially his son, be born into that or born with that. No one is born with a gay gene. Well, let me say this. I'm looking at Sierra's case. I think she was born with XY chromosome. Wait, that's XX. XX chromosome? I don't know. But she was still born with two ovaries and a clit. That's all I know. How do I know? She has 3 kids. Actually, 4. 4 kids. One biologically not hers. One biologically not hers. So she has kids. Okay. 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 I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Ooh, can't wait. Hit the like button. Hit the like. Hit the like. I'll come out with a song called Hit the Like. Damn, I'm waiting. But anyway, happy solo return. Happy solo return, Dr. Umar Abdullah Johnson. Well, he doesn't go by that name anymore. He goes by Ifatunde. Goes by Ifatunde. Hey, Lisa. What you doing up? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. What you doing up? Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Oh, Lisa. Oh, you gonna be in. You're right on time for this one. If she shows up, you're right on time for this one. You are right on time for this one. She said, "Oh, I know. You're still hurting after it's been what, a week? It's been what, a week? Oh, it's celebrating Umar's solo return, his birthday. That's what we call. They don't celebrate birthdays. They don't go by say happy birthday. They don't celebrate birthdays. Instead, they just say happy solo return. You just return. I mean, you're just returning as a newborn body, in a different age. That's what that means. We just say solo return. And then we did something. It's going to hurt for about, I thought it was weeks, not months. It's going to be hurting for months? Jesus Christ. Well, I'll say this. If you're willing, if you've gone through the pain before, if you've gone through that pain before, sister, then months is, I need to subtract my statement because I've never been there. Even my surgery, I've been in a little bit of pain, and it's lingered for weeks, not months. So I feel you. Jesus, let's give it up for my. Let's give it up for my auntie, Miss Lisa Carter. She had hip surgery. Oof, that sucks. That completely sucks. Hopefully her husband is taking care of her, so nice. Damn, because I heard you say weeks. Girl, Abby, you taking too long. You taking too long, woman. I got stuff to do. I'm about to get off this here. We can get at this tomorrow. I'll give you about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I've had a long road. I'm in for the challenge. I get stapled. I thought you were already stapled. Come on now. I gotta get into my Chef Ramsay mode. Come on now. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I think she skipped out. I don't know. I think she skipped out. I think she didn't want to get bubbled. Although I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm just going to tell the truth. She's the Abby was saying that people are. I don't know if she's saying it. I'm just making a statement. She's making a statement that people are born gay. Kids are born gay. It's like, what the hell? Like, ain't no boy, ain't no boy born gay. No one's born gay. Names. Let's go to the scientific part of it. Scientifically, who was born gay? Scientifically, who was born gay? Who was born gay? Scientifically, who was born gay? I'm here. I'm here for it, but it's gonna be about 3 minutes. 3 minutes. You should be in bed, Missy Pooh. But gentrification, I was going to go through this. Gentrification is a must. Gentrification is ultimately, primarily, the thing with Project 2025. We need to start connecting the dots with all the homelands being bought off, or 18% of the farmlands being bought off by Bill Gates, and what is a microcomputer soft technologies whiz kid buying up farmlands. I have no freaking clue. Hello, this is Dr. Umar. This is Ifatunde. This is We-On-Loc. Who's this? And I can hear you. I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Okay. I'm sorry I had to come in from outside. I can't smoke in my mother's home. So I smoke outside. I was outside talking to y'all, and I had to come inside. So tell me where we are right now. Because you wanted me to speak on like sexuality, right?
No. You wanted to.
No, you did.
I wanted to speak on sexuality.
No, you were asking me about how. Where are we? You asked me how you could be like bisexual, or you don't remember? Abidu, I hope you don't take this as an offense. It's really not. But I always thought it would be interesting if there was human cloning to see. I don't know what that means.
You got to be a little bit more specific. Hear me out. Be a little bit more specific.
No, that was somebody's comment.
Yeah,
I was reading it.
that was Mr. That was hear me out. That was hear me out.
Oh, okay. So we were talking about
how children are born gay. So go.
Yes, and I was saying how when I told my father, I was like, I like women. I had to come out straight with him, and I said I really like women. I mean, I like men too. I'm bisexual, by the way.
I know that.
And I said, I told my father. My father was. Let me back up. He was raised in a Catholic boarding school. Like, you can't get no more Christian than that, than being born in like growing up in a Catholic boarding school.
I was born Christian. I'm not Christian. I'm not Christian anymore. I'm spiritual. Okay, so.
Oh, okay. I was raised Baptist. My father let my mom do all the raising of us. So I was grown up in a Baptist church.
Okay.
a Southern Baptist church, so you know they judgmental as fuck. Okay. So when I had to tell my father, Dad, I just really want you to know me as a person. I do like women. And my dad said, well, baby, are you happy? I said, I'm very happy. He said, that's all I need to know.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm just saying, my daddy was there my whole life. He raised me. He took care of me. He made sure the lights was on. He made sure we had food in the house. He made sure everything we wanted to do was getting done. I'm not a fatherless child.
Okay. So
I'm just saying. I'm
trying to get where all this is coming from. You see, let me explain. Let me explain how my situation works.
Okay.
My father raised us, or raised me. I'm the only child. Okay, he raised me.
Oh, you're an only child.
Yes, I am.
I mean, that's
there's
a
that
lot.
thing with my.
That's a lot.
I mean, there's that thing with I had a sister, but she died at childbirth. That whole thing. But needless to say, my father raised me up in a Christian church. And we even though him and my mother went to separate churches, she went to Union Baptist, my father went to Friendship. They raised me right. They raised me where I need to be as a man. And let me ask you first, what was your mom like?
Oh, she was beautiful. She's the sweetest person I've ever known in my entire life.
But both of them married? Were they still married?
Yeah, absolutely. My mother is a widow. They were married for 49 years until he passed away.
Okay. And I believe children
I
should be
grew up in a mother and father home. That's how I grew up. I don't disparage people that didn't grow up like that. But that's how I grew up.
I don't disparage people either, but it depends on what home you're raised under it. It all depends on who raises you. Not all children who live in a 2-parent household raises you to be who you should be. Not everybody does that. Okay. But I'm saying scientifically
look. Oh, I don't mean to stop you. I'm just saying, I just wanted to shout you out for saying that, because you could be in a 2-parent household and your shit is still fucked up. You could be in a 1-parent household and your shit is nice. Like, okay, so I'm sorry.
And most of that stuff, and then most of that stuff comes from abuse. Most of that stuff comes from an abusive household, father abused you, molested you, sorry to say, mother ignored you, or it could be the opposite. The mother was beating up on you. I've known plenty of mothers who beat up on their daughters because they were on the fritz of looking old as hell, and the daughter was just looking young as she was when she was in her yesteryears. And there are some abusive parents out there. There are some abusive parents. There's some abusive relatives. And this is how certain people, when you let this linger on at points of time, they tend to look at the one person that they particularly want to claim to. If my son did not if I did not love my son and discipline my son the way that I do now, then he will be what? Looking for someone to love him, just like his mother loves him. But he needs that father figure. He needs that particular structure in his life. And how people are gentrifying it to this day is very, very evil and very, very sinister. How is it that you're eager to put a boy in a girl's bathroom and thinking it's okay? How is it apropos to put a girl in a boy's bathroom and thinking it's okay?
May I say something about that? Because I
Sure.
lived in New York City for like 20 years. So I know a lot of transgender people. So I know there are a lot of transgender people that you wouldn't even know if they were in a girl's bathroom that they were transgender and vice versa. But they hyping it up so much. Like there are people that are physically, you could tell they are dudes exclaiming they're women. And you're like, wait a minute, now you're doing too much. It's a very fine line about this transgender situation.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you, how would you feel
Mhm.
if your 11-year-old daughter, oh, excuse me, your 11-year-old son said that I want to basically put on a dress and wear high heels? How would you feel about that?
I don't have children. So we have to start with that, okay? I don't have children.
As beautiful as you are, you don't have children?
I don't have children because I have two older brothers that had tons of children, and they modeled for me the reason why I shouldn't have babies for niggas.
Oh no, 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 no.
I'm just saying. I'm just explaining to you why I don't have children.
No.
I'm just explaining. My
Every,
brother,
not
my
every
oldest.
mother. No, 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 no. Not. I get it. Not every
I
mother can concede.
I
I can
learned
see that.
I learned that the secret to my success was to control my fertility. I learned that from my older brothers because they was dropping their seed every fucking which way that they could. Okay? So don't be mad at me because I don't have kids.
No, 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 no,
I'm
no, no.
good.
I'm not mad at you.
I'm an auntie. I'm a good auntie.
But if somebody's okay, let me not jump into conclusions.
Okay.
Let me not do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Ask me the question so we could,
so is it that you don't want to have kids or you do want to have kids? Is this that you have not found the right person to be with, so to speak, to have children with?
No. Okay.
Help me out.
Okay. So let me explain it. I never wanted to have kids because I saw the examples of my brothers having kids, and I never wanted to be that woman. Does that make sense?
Understandable, but did you know or did you realize that you don't have to be those particular individuals? that you can just be Abby and find the right type of person to, through communication, because communication is key. It's like we need to communicate this thing about sexuality and this and that. It's too much. And this is the reason why God intended us not to have sex outside of marriage. But people do what they want to do through choice. Through choice. People do what they want to do, but you know the consequences and repercussions of your actions. I'm not a religious
What's the
person.
repercussions? What? Thank you.
Look around.
And
Look around.
Jay, look, let me tell you something. My what I want to do is to become a foster mother.
Okay.
I don't need to have kids to be a mother. I've substitute teach. I've been around children. Like I don't need to have something come outside my body to feel like, I am a woman. I feel like I can do what I can do in a different way. I could be a foster mother. So I'm working on that right now to become a foster mother.
How many kids?
It don't matter. Like I mean, you have to look at the amount of space you have in your house.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe 3 will be okay, but then you have to, like, you gotta watch them. Maybe 2.
Of course you have to watch them. Of course you do. You gotta watch. I mean, it should be everybody's responsibility. You got 10 million niggas here need to be adopted. So, but you got black children adopted by white folks all day, every day. Most of them are gay. So that's the agenda in itself. So
I do a lot of mutual aid. We-On-Loc Nation. I do a lot of mutual aid. So even if the children aren't in my house, I'm servicing people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we as a people, that's what we need to focus on, mutual aid, because the government ain't checking for us. They not about to help us. We got to help ourselves. Like we got to get in our own local community and do some fucking mutual aid and help each other. Because if we don't,
what does mutual aid look like?
it looks like giving tampons, pads, giving children books, not books, but like the
basically giving back. Basically, you're giving back.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're giving back to the people, and you don't necessarily have to do.
It could be paper towels. It could be.
I would rather do food and Pampers.
Anything.
Not
Maybe
formula.
anything.
I don't subscribe to formula because that's just nothing but powder. And wondering why your baby's looking like the Michelin Man. I don't describe powder like that. I would give a child natural foods that are being grown in our garden. Start there. Then ultimately serve the people with gladness first and foremost, with gladness. Secondly, give the people, toys, little toys, books, thesaurus dictionary, reading paper, pencil, all that other stuff.
Paper
book
towels, toiletries,
toiletries,
tampons, scribes, all kind of stuff.
So you're basically doing what the Black Panther. So you're basically want to do
Black Panther movement.
Black
Yeah.
Panthers. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Fred Hampton shit.
Yeah, well, yeah. And then
And I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. If anyone wants to know,
I went there, that crawfish out over there.
we love that shit.
I wanted that.
I just bought some crabs and potatoes and corn just the other day.
So who you vote? So who are you voting for? Being curiosity.
Or who am I voting for?
Who are you voting for, if I may ask? Not that I care, but I'm just saying.
Oh, now you choosing violence. Okay, I cannot vote for either of those two parties because they are both voting for genocide. I will not vote for genocide at all. I vote for my morals and my values.
Which
I
none of them care about either.
I will refuse to hang the Chad for a Democrat or a Republican because that's what they want us to do. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna stay on my couch though. I'm a vote. I really like Jasmine Sherman.
I seen her, and I remember you having me look that lady up.
Talk about it.
I need to do a little bit further.
Talk about it. Because look, Jill Stein, they own her, but she's full of shit because the way you had Peter Dow on Cornel West campaign is real fucking suspect.
Looking suspect.
They all suspect.
I'd rather sit down with Cory Booker, to be perfectly honest with you.
Cory Booker.
I'd rather
you know what Cory Booker is? He's my beard.
He's a young
he's my beard. He's my beard. Cory Booker will want me on his. He's my beard. That nigga is zesty.
No.
Oh, have you not seen him?
Yes, I've seen him.
Okay, the only time he got a lady on his side is when he need to campaign. That nigga is
he's right behind it. You know what people want? Do you know what people? That's most of your parties over there. But do you know what the people want? The people are looking for, especially this generation. They want somebody not Donald Trump. They want somebody who is not 78 years old and about to have a panic attack. No, they want somebody young. They want somebody vibrant. They want somebody that is at least middle age.
Do they want somebody fake? Because if you want Cory Booker, that's a fake ass nigga. That nigga is zesty as fuck.
Actor, hello.
Oh well, we can get Hulk Hogan. We can get Hulk Hogan in this bitch.
Look, Anybody who brings Hulk Hogan. Let me tell you something, brother. Sit your old ass down. Anybody who brings in Hulk Hogan and this bald-headed chick, whatever her name is.
But tonight they brought John Legend. They brought Stevie Wonder. What's that girl? I'm Rick James, bitch. What's her name? Rick James, bitch. What's his wife's name?
You know what we need? You know what we need? If the brother was still alive to this day, we need Dr. Khalil Muhammad. Dr. Khalil Muhammad, if he was still alive to this day. If he was still alive to this day, some shit he'd turn out.
What's that boxer that said, to this day? You remember that boxer?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna pull it up for you. You got it. This boxer said, to this day, nigga, this black man tried to interview him, and it was so fucking sad.
She is very funny.
Dion something. Let me see.
Boxer named Dion. I don't know the boxer named Dion, but whoever you vote for, but I just need you to start connecting the dots before you know.
Come on now. Come on.
Particularly vote for who
Don't do me like that. Okay, so let me play it to you. Can I play it for you?
Sure.
Okay. Because I don't have presenter rights or whatever.
Hopefully, is it the chick that's
not a chick.
Okay. All right.
Oh, shit. What happened?
I don't know. Well, I get it.
Hey, Queen. Instead of focusing on small clients or serving individual consumers.
I'm not trying to pay them for the premium to not do this shit. Skip ads.
You pay for the premium? If you pay for the premium, it's not supposed to be.
I'm paying for the premium.
Oh, you ain't paying for no premium. Don't nobody want to pay for the premium.
I believe he will be the youngest heavyweight champion of all time.
Lord, hold on.
And if he remains dedicated, interested, and without any distraction.
I'm sorry.
Oh, right.
Who are these white people?
That's Gus.
That's a lot of shit going on.
That's Gus Johnson.
Oh,
he helped mold Mike Tyson of who he was then, and then he ended up. And when Gus died, he ended up being under the care of somebody else.
Oh, so you want me to play it?
Huh? Sure. I've seen all this before. He's a killer in the ring. I heard he came out on a Netflix fighting. Did anybody see him fight?
He is Iron Today we will show you all of the
who's the YouTuber white boy?
Iron Mike. Mike Tyson made his professional debut on March 6th, 1985.
Oh, yeah, the beast inside the ring.
Tyson pounced on his opponent without giving him a single chance.
Swinging hooks to the body from Tyson, and if that is it in round one, that is.
I really just want y'all to hear him say, to this day. I don't know how.
A pretty impressive professional debut from the man who's.
That's a whole nother.
I know it just went to a whole nother thing.
To be at your computer.
All right,
you gotta go back. You gotta go back to wherever it was. You got to go back to the word where we're at. Word.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
But let me talk to you for a second.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit go all the way right about there.
Okay, about right here, right?
Right about there.
What year was it that you the fan that was talking to you?
Oh,
No, it
I
gotta be
can't remember what year was that.
Dude, talk to him.
A long time.
Let him go and see what it's about.
Yeah, the only reason I went up there because he started, you know, when people explain things to me, for me to better understand you, it's like in my mind, it's like a movie. When you explain something.
Wait, just hold it. You gotta hold it, dog. He gotta hold it, man. He been ready to talk about it. Like, he gotta hold it, dog. He missed him with an uppercut, though, dog, and it would have killed him.
Man.
I fucked it up.
It would be better if you just download the clip. It would have been better.
And send it to you.
Uh-huh. Well, you can send it to you.
To this day, nigga. To this day. Okay, I'll do that. Sorry. I'm gonna mute myself and send it to you, okay?
Yep. But I like that guy. I just wish he was under Mayweather production, and he would have won his fights. He would have won. He would have beat Fury. He would have beat Fury if he was under a little bit of Mayweather care. But needless to say, I'm gonna say this: I have no issues when it comes to this. When it comes to gay people, because particularly we have gay people in our family. Correct? Abby, you're muted. Abby, you're muted. Abby, you're muted.
I'm muted because I was trying to like fix the shit.
It's okay. It's okay. I just want to say this, because I don't want to get off track. I have no issues with gay people, because I have gay people in my wife's family. Okay, so
Did you say my white family or my wife's
in
family?
my wife's
Oh,
family.
okay.
In my wife's family.
Qualified.
What's this? What's this? Oh, this again?
Yeah.
Nigga acting like El Shabazz.
Mad as hell.
He's acting like El Shabazz up in this. Like, why would you do that? Listen, either you gonna be a boxer or you gonna be a activist. What are you? You can't be both.
Well,
Colin Kaepernick tried that, and look what happened to him.
The activist, I forget his name, that ran in 1968 and won the gold medal. He was an activist.
Who? Jesse Owens?
Thank you. No, it wasn't even Jesse Owens. It was somebody else after him. Chris Jackson. That's his given name, but he changed his name to Mahmoud.
Yeah, I'm not okay. I'm not saying that you can mahogany.
He's
I'm
the
not
activist, so
hold on. I'm not saying that you can't. Abby, hold on a second. I'm not saying that you can't be both, but you know the consequences to that. This is, look at Colin Kaepernick's situation. Colin Kaepernick was a football player turned activist.
So you mad about the consequences?
No, I'm not mad about anything. I'm just telling you what consequences comes with that, right? If you're going to do one or you're going to do the other, because number one, the NFL owns their own entity. That's its own entity in itself, and they don't care nothing about nothing political.
So let me ask you this.
Hmm.
You as a podcaster,
Yes.
are you not concerned about the consequences of your actions, of your speech?
Nope.
Okay. So we should support these people.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All
I
right.
support the Colin Kaepernicks. I support the
All right.
Habib Haruf. I support anybody who played baseball, football, basketball, ran track, who were long-term activists to this very day. To this very day. I'm just saying, if you're going to do that, know what comes with that. Because you're never going to get out of it scathed. You're never going to come out of this. Everybody's going to be against you. Everyone is going to be against you. If even those in media that aren't for everyone. I say I can't believe I'm saying this, but there is a journalist. I forgot what the woman's name was, but she went to Michigan State. She went to Michigan State University, and that there poor child, she got fired from ESPN doing what she does. Okay? I'm just saying, know what comes with it. That's all. That's it. Other than that, everybody wants you. Everybody, when you're up there in a certain bracket, be prepared to bend your ass over.
But if we're in it for the money, then you're gonna get compromised. But if you're in it because you really give a fucking damn, then stand 10 toes down.
I mean, look at this.
Right?
Everybody's preaching LeBron James, LeBron this, LeBron that, LeBron this, LeBron that. LeBron don't give a fuck about you.
LeBron don't give a fuck about you.
They don't. He really does. He really does.
He really don't.
He just last a little under last year, he became the first billionaire still playing.
First of all, billionaires shouldn't even exist. If you're a billionaire, you shouldn't exist. What the fuck is wrong with you? You could have ended homelessness with a strike of
you're preaching to the choir. You're preaching to the choir.
I'm just saying.
You're preaching to the choir.
Okay.
Nobody care about homelessness. What do you think? Why do you think I play Nicholas? What do you think gentrification is for? Okay. What do you think? What do you think? Why do you say? Listen, we should do a study on Project 2025. We should do a study on that.
And the study should also be how this is a fucking boogeyman tactic because the Democrats are the same motherfuckers as the Republicans. They are playing on our top every goddamn day. Okay? It's like the WWF wrestling match. Y'all playing you playing like you on a team, but in the end you get paid by the same people. I'm tired of this shit. And I'm tired of these black people acting like just because they threw another black face in our face, we should just be like,
like I said, you preaching to the choir. All of this is circled around money. Excuse me, capitalism. All this is just capitalism at the end of the day.
So in these circles, if we
Like, share,
understand,
subscribe.
if
Like, share, subscribe.
like,
Louisa.
share, and subscribe. Yes, please like, share, and subscribe.
And if you're gracious, please become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. Now, go ahead.
Well, I'm just wondering if we understand this, if we agree upon this, what are we doing? How can we
Blaming this on women?
You dumb as hell.
What? What?
I'm saying, how can we take this knowledge of understanding that they don't care about any of us? How can we capitalize on this and build a vote or a
They're not like
non-vote
us. They're not
or
like us.
something? Yeah, like we cannot keep
I'll
doing
tell
the
you.
same things and
I'll tell you.
expecting a different result.
I'll tell you. You ready for this one? You ready?
I'm listening.
You ready?
I want to hear it.
Act like I'm sitting you down and I'm stroking your hand like this. Just act like I'm sitting you down and I'm stroking your hand like this. You ready for this one? Ready? Organize.
Well, that's why I talk about mutual aid, because the worst thing that happened to us was MLK desegregating our communities. We don't have communities no more.
Yeah, we do.
So okay, we do, but they get gentrified. Like, we don't really have communities.
I know that we do. It's just that most of us. Where are they at? They're at where we are used, where we were, or where we used to be in the ghettos of, let's just say, California, and the ghettos of, somewhere in the ghettos of New York, the ghettos of Florida, the ghettos of Virginia,
They've been so gentrified.
No, they're not gentrified.
It ain't even our communities no more.
They are gentrified, yes, but they're separated. Most of these cats are separated. In any fraction, they will tell you, like the NAACP will tell you, most likely when properties are sold, let's just go to properties, for example. When properties are sold, they're sold at a lower value. And then they are bought at the highest value. And who are the people who are buying up the property?
Well, may I ask you something?
Answer my question first.
Huh?
Answer my question first, please.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Who are the people who are buying up those properties?
BlackRock. The three biggest companies in America who are buying up property, single value homes on purpose. There's some single family landlords and stuff that are buying up everything, but also it's three major companies in America that are buying up the homes, the single family homes, and also there's a website, I forget the name.
Breitbart.
What was the name?
Breitbart.
I don't think that's the name. I'm not sure that's the name, but I'm
always gonna say that name because that name is
okay.
That is
Okay.
a automatic alt-right.
Okay, but there's a website of a home. It's a website where landlords go to find out what the rental market rate is, and they were like overpricing the rental market on purpose to satisfy these fucking 3 goddamn corporations. I'm gonna have to try to find it.
Any corporation, I call them entities, any type of entity who buys properties, because remember, we're talking about competition. Any corporation that buys up properties ends up putting their names on properties as well. And remember, we're talking about competition. So you have, let's just say, 4 or 5 entities buying up properties from different groups of people. Let's just say that. And then of course you have the Bill Gates situation. So that's another one that's been addressed, and has at least 18% of the farmlands here in the United States. And what is he doing with those lands? Well, we all know, we're not stupid. Is he's getting rid, if you can't get rid of a person through HIV, then you're going to get rid of the person. If you can't get rid of the person through COVID, if you can't get rid of a person through gentrification, then how are we going to get rid of all these particular people who are not, or who are feared by you? It's quite strange. Abby, what you doing? Writing this stuff down?
No, I'm looking for a video to show. If that's okay. Is it okay?
Sure. While you do that, like, share, subscribe to the channel, like, share, subscribe to the channel. And once again, I'd like to give a shout out to Dr. Ifatunde, a happy solo return. And hopefully he will be returning to Las Vegas, Nevada, somewhere in November. And in hopes that I get to interview him at least one last time. We'll put the icing on the cake. Let's put the icing on the cake. I really don't need to do it, although, I only got one question for him. Was there some cats? There's some cats tearing up the house. But needless to say, we just got to organize. It's like what you said. We just got to organize and be one unit. If we vote one unit, we become one unit, then we can get a lot of stuff done. When it comes to organizations, we need to be the one entity that.
But what we voting for?
Who we voting for doesn't matter. Anybody who will listen, anybody who will apply to our demands.
First of all,
we have to vote on something.
First of all, if you don't support reparations, I ain't voting for you. Period. Point blank.
Period.
Why would you? That's crazy. That's crazy work.
Some dummy had the nerve to say, well, how much you think you're going to get? I said, doesn't matter.
It don't fucking matter.
Per family, you should be getting at least 600 grand per family. But all that, if you can trace your DNA back to your ancestral who's been damaged, then you should be getting at least 600 grand. However, the people who complaining about the economy and everything, the United States is going to implode and it's going to self-destruct. Who cares? Y'all keep printing out money every day and wonder why prices are going up. So it doesn't matter to me. Give me my money. As a matter of fact, you can keep the money. I want the land. If we had land, of course, if we had, it's only like at least 13% of land out there left. But if you have given me land to work with, and people come to me, well, whether you're black, white, or indifferent, and you want to build an infrastructure on my property, on my land, guess what? That's money. That's wealth. People don't understand wealth. I just don't understand it. People don't seem to understand how wealth works. You want to be recognized as that person, right? You want to be recognized as that guy, as that girl,
as that bitch,
as that. I ain't gonna say that, but you want to be recognized as that person. So show me. Show me. Stop blaming me. I mean, I know about prejudiceness. I know about racism. I know about all of that. But there's going to be a point in time we're going to have to go up. All this horizontal shit, I done listened to that already. Women should be submissive. Men ain't shit.
May I I don't like to do this. May I just plug my podcast real quick? Because tomorrow we're going to be talking about how we need to expel the USA from the United Nations through invoking the Article 6. Like, we don't need to be, because we, as the United States, anytime the United Nations do shit, we have veto power, and we veto all kind of shit. America is foul. We are fucking foul.
You know what? You just
tired of this shit.
You just had me hip to something. I'm glad you just have me hip to something. I need your opinion on this subject. You just reminded me of this. Let's see. And while I am looking this up, because you was on my mind all day the other day. Give me just a second. I can find no single mother, single father. No one is saving the community. Policies. No.
So basically, while you're looking for it, I'll just give it like a breakdown of how the UN is basically useless because the United States has veto power over the entire shit.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime anybody comes to the UN and says, "Oh, we want to do this," or we want to stop this, United States is like, "Fuck all that," and we're about to be isolated. Okay, we think we're isolated because we have water on the right of us and water on the left of us, and Canada on the top of us, and Mexico on the south of us. What is going to happen when BRICS and the Sahara region gets stronger and stronger, and the petrodollar gets weaker and weaker, and they just say, fuck y'all? What is going to happen when they isolate us? We don't have imports.
Nope.
Like I mean we do have.
I guess you need to move to those particular states that have at least 85% white people. I assume.
We support we are supported more by imports. What is going to happen when, because we sanction like 1/3 of the world. What is going to happen when they sanction us? We are going to be so isolated. And how many of y'all know how to hunt, how to plant, how to manufacture? All that shit is exported and imported back to us. We are on a desert island. Good luck.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I say, well, not me. Oh, here it is. I found it. I guess it's one of the reasons why I say maybe, just maybe, you need to start saving your money up now. Buy gold, silver, those type of things. Maybe, just maybe, you need to, do a little, like I said, a little organizing. You know what I mean? Become one. And I don't really care where you come from. You can be black. You can be black. You can be undertone. You can be like. I mean, I'm quite fair skinned. I think I am. I'm ashy as hell, but I'm fair skinned. My sister, she's in the chat. She fair skinned. She's my complexion. Shit. You could be black, blue, purple. Like, or you could be like Shamar Moore. Everybody likes Shamar Moore. Doesn't matter. Fact of the matter is, you're underclassed.
Well, that doesn't matter because Kamala ain't black culture. Obama wasn't black culture. We can talk about that.
No, he was iron.
When we come back, but don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please do that.
Check this out.
It's very important.
Check this out. Check this out. This is one for you.
Okay, so I totally get your. Yeah, I don't hear conversations amongst men about.
We don't have great black men, great black leaders that are literally the Ben Carsons of the world, the Thomas Sowells. We don't love those guys.
Oh my God, that's it.
We don't.
Okay, so I totally get your character, and you guys just this conversation with him is pointless.
We don't champion the Colin Powells. We don't highlight those guys.
All we're saying is most men are similar to those people.
How don't they? We don't champion the Robert Smiths that went back into HBCUs and paid for the student loans of all of
Thomas Sowell is trash. But this I don't think
did you just say Thomas Sowell is trash?
I absolutely did. No. Those type of mindsets that him and Candace Owens have are very trash. And they're very self-hate. They're very self-hating. No, they don't like black people for real. No, and they're like puppets for the white community. And that is why I love everything Candace Owens is saying about the trans community, because most of it is true. But even a broken clock could be right 2 times a day. because most of her viewpoints are very demeaning to
No,
her
they're
people
not.
without
They're
empathy, and that is the same type of white puppet masquerading jargon that Thomas Sowell preaches, and it's disgusting.
Honest.
Your thoughts?
What? I wasn't really sure where you were going with that. Because it was like so.
Ben Carson. You know who Ben Carson? You know
yeah,
who?
yeah. I know Ben Carson. He's confusing because you did so much, like you accomplished so much, but then on the grand stage, what the fuck is wrong with you? You look slow as hell. Like you are so fucking confusing. Do you remember that? Like what the fuck?
I mean, I know the Ben Shapiro. I know Ben
His luggage
Shapiro.
half the time. I was like, what?
I know the Ben Carsons. I know the Colin Powells, and I mean, I have no problems with them, but
No, let's stick with Ben Carson.
again,
Take this off.
again,
Take this off. Change the layout. Take this off. Ben Carson was like the like most respected brain surgeon in the world. This nigga got on the political stage and embarrassed black people.
you know what?
Embarrassed of black people.
If chaotic truth were here, he would be all over you like flies to shit. I dare tell you, if he were here right now, if this little uppity Negro were here, if this little Nigerian, let me not say that, if this crack-headed sumbitch were here right now, he would disagree with you. He would agree with you on the brain surgeon part. He would agree with you on that. But when it comes to politics, he would definitely disagree with you. I guarantee you that. He is a Ben Carson lover.
And you know what's most interesting about that is when this motherfucker was so fucking confused about when his name was supposed to be called. Donald Trump, when he got called, stood with him and waited for his name to get called for them both to go on. I said, "Oh my God, this white man is trying to make it seem like he love black people. This nigga don't give a shit."
Who is that similar to? That's similar to the one that retired from Supreme Court. What was his name? He was one of the blackest Supreme Court justices you can ever.
Thurgood Marshall?
No. Did you say Thurgood Marshall?
What are you talking about? Who?
Clarence Thomas.
Clarence, you said they
Supreme Court.
Yeah, but you said that they had retired from. So he's still there. That's why
He's still there. Someone said he retired.
He is.
He was still
there.
Committee.
Huh?
Maybe I'm wrong. Someone took his. Wait, let me look.
No.
Let me look it up.
What, that man who married to that white woman? He's still there. Clarence Thomas. Oh shit, he ain't going nowhere. Oh, he's still there with his nasty, stinky, funky ass. He's still there. He's still there.
Stop it.
You stinking funky bitch.
Still.
And he done got all the bribes with his funky ass white wife. It's the truth. God bless the truth. Clarence Thomas got his stinky ass funky white wife. Look,
hey, he loves white people.
Huh?
He loves his white people. He loves his white people.
I'm just saying. God bless the truth.
Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas has acquired speculation of retirement. He intends to remain on the high court until he dies. Oh, okay. So I'll subtract my previous statement. He's going to be there until he dies.
They all do.
Yeah, because he can't get nothing else. Unfortunately.
And that other lady, what's that old ass white woman? That old ass dude. She stayed until she died. Girl, go, bye. What was her name?
I don't know.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg or some shit.
I don't know none of them. All I know is none of them.
Girl, go sit your ass down.
None of them like your ass. That's all I know. None of them like.
They not like us. They not like us.
They not like us.
They not like us.
Exactly.
That's all I know.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all at this point.
White supremacist rhetoric and narratives.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all at this point.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Literally making videos for high school and college students, rebranding what slavery was. She's literally perpetuating what this narrative is. Why they're working so hard to not.
She's talking about Candace Owens.
Teach the real history in school while they're banning critical race theory.
Yes, just BS all around.
Which it should have been never called that in the first place. It should just been called American history. But because the guilt is on a lot of their hands, they don't want to teach that because they don't want one day somebody wakes up and
because we're better than that. So we don't need to talk about what really happened. It's bullshit.
So when you listen to people like Candace Owens, who is in bed with a white man, you can't say.
Okay, we're not gonna do that. I can't agree with you.
Yeah, I'm not just saying her because of that.
Stop it. Who said, "Oh, we're not gonna do that"? Bitch, we doing that. We doing that right now.
Right.
That's what we doing.
Right. And I'll be the one down here.
Oh, we're not gonna do that. Oh no, bitch, we doing that.
I'll do it all day, every day that you uppity motherfuckers love white people's too goddamn. I have never seen anybody lay their life on the line so much for a white person. And you African. I just don't understand it. Does their ass smell great? Their asses must smell great. Their asses must smell beautiful. Especially these black
shit right fucking now.
I have never seen it. It almost happened to me. So I looked at the dude. He came across the street, right? And he had his white woman with him. I looked at this, he's like, "You got a problem?" I'm like, "Not at all. Not at all." He's like, he's just a hater. I'm like, hater of what? I have a beautiful black wife at home. What the hell's wrong with you? They're like, what you got against white women? Like, did you?
I don't have a problem with interracial relationships.
I do. I do. I'm saying it on this here show. I do, goddamn it. And fuck Eddie Murphy. Well, I love Eddie Murphy, but damn, you left Scary Spice. You left Scary Spice, Mel B, to be with her. Yeah, Mel B is the most good look, even though she can't sing worth a lick. She is the most British good-looking woman I have ever seen out of the Spice Girls. None of the Spice Girls.
Do you mind if I just plug something real quick?
What do you want to plug? What in the nation do you want to plug?
Because I'm doing a show on colorism.
Oh, it's kind of late in the night to be doing colorism. We did colorism the other night.
No. I'm doing a show on colorism.
Oh, what about it?
And
oh boy,
it's so interesting because you see I'm light skinned. You see my hair, like so you see people might not, certain dark skinned people might be offended by me just because I'm light skinned and have this hair. I ain't asked for this shit. But I'm black. I'm black. Oh, time out.
What?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because,
please.
Okay. When I was living in New York City, and I had a party at my house, and the police came because I guess we were too loud. My light skin, straight hair nigga ass grabbed the white woman and said, "Go talk to the police." I was scared. I said, "You go talk, and it's my house." You see what I'm saying? And I know darker skinned people who have come to me and asked me to like convey information to the police for them because I'm light skinned. I understand how this works. My daddy is dark brown skin. My mama can't. I get this color from my mama. My daddy is dark skin.
You know who else is light skinned?
Huh?
You know who else is light skinned?
Who?
Lisa.
Lisa who?
Lisa, right here. She's light skinned. Lisa's light skinned just like you. And she's married to a African colored male.
Yeah, I ain't asked for this.
What do you mean you didn't ask for it?
I'm just saying.
Lady, wait. Stop the madness. Stop the madness. Listen, when
like
two parents,
people get mad at me.
No, I'm not going for it. It's a social construct. I'm not going.
I'm from Louisiana,
I'm from Lansing, Michigan.
Michigan, that's the north.
Exactly. Home of the Ku Klux Klan.
The South.
Home of the Ku Klux Klan.
Ain't shit in the South.
Listen, when you I'm gonna be graphic.
Mm-hmm.
When you get you get dug into, you have a make a baby, right? You get pregnant, you have a baby, right? The baby comes out what? Light skin. Just like my daughter, she came out light skin with afro hair. And then later on, she gets darker. That's what melanin does. When white people get to digging, acting like a whole bunch of fucking animals. Needless to say, when she gets pregnant, the white woman gets pregnant, out comes a white baby. Do they change color? Yes or no? Exactly. So it doesn't, because it all depends upon the DNA. It all depends upon DNA. It all depends upon your structure. If you have a different shades of color, a different shade of color, different nationality, whatever the case may be, right? Two black people, you know that two black people can make a baby, make a albino baby, right? You do know that.
Yeah. Oh, we can make white babies.
Huh?
We can make white babies.
Thank you. Can two white people make black babies? Yes or no?
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
Because everything came from black.
Right. Everything came from melanin skin. Now, what is your complaint? What is your complaint?
No, my complaint is colorism. Because
There is no such thing.
I come from no, it is a such thing because I come from a state where you couldn't get into an event if you weren't lighter than a brown paper bag. That's a real thing that happened here.
What event? What event was this? What event was this, and where can I find it so I can burn it down? What event?
Are you kidding me?
What? I'm asking.
Have you never heard about the brown paper bag test?
No. I'm not talking about the whole brown paper bag. I'm not talking about the brown paper bag test. I'm not talking about the doll test. I'm talking about what event specifically had you come up.
There are like even in New York City where they had the red carpet and they decide who gets in and who doesn't. There is a stigma against darker skinned black people unless you dress and look like you got to dress
Lionel Richie. Unless you look like Lionel Richie.
You gonna let me talk or no?
Go ahead.
A light skinned person can get away with way fucking more than a dark skinned person. A dark skinned person has to dress and look a certain par to get into the same shit a light skinned person ain't got to barely do nothing to get into. That's for real. It's reality. I've lived it in my light skin with dark skinned friends and seeing it for myself. The shit ain't right.
What I'm asking you is, what infrastructure, what organization does that?
Organization? I'm talking about parties and social structures. I'm not talking about organizations.
Oh, parties?
Social structure, social concepts is what I'm talking about. Social concepts, social structures. That's what I'm talking about. Not organizations.
Listen, there was a time where, and it still happens to this very day, where people aren't accepted because of their hair. Okay. If you have dreadlocks like me, or if you have, you know, your original hair that you were born with, but you just happen to put it in French braids or something like that, you know, make it look nice and neat. You're looked at a certain way, and you're not allowed in certain places, or you're going to be expelled from school, or you're not allowed on the wrestling team, or stupid shit like that. So I know what you're talking.
Do you remember that wrestler that they cut
Yes,
his
I
hair?
do. The light skinned brother who was
Light
particular.
skinned,
Yeah, he was a light skinned brother.
but he had locks,
Yes,
and they cut his hair off.
right in the middle. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
right in the middle of his wrestling match. Yes,
But why are you acting like you don't understand what I'm saying?
I understand definitely what I'm saying, but I put it this way. I believe it. I just don't. I haven't seen it in my lifetime. The whole shade color thing not belong. It's like they'll put, here in Vegas, they'll allow anybody to do anything, no matter what shade of color they're in. Maybe I need to go out. Maybe I need to get outside of this.
May
and
I
start
say
experimenting.
that's a major city. In major cities, it's very different. Um, I've witnessed uh, the fact that I can go do something as a light skinned person that my friend as a dark skinned person can never do.
What's that?
Have a conversation in a warehouse or something. I've been I went into I wanted a hot tub. They wouldn't even pay attention to me. At the time my boyfriend was white. Okay. They wouldn't even give me the time of day. I had to go get my white boyfriend for them to even discuss the fucking shit about the hot tub with me. You can't tell me skin doesn't play a part in the perception of people because I've seen it for myself. I've experienced it for myself. The darker the skin, the less respect in most circumstances. Shit, I'm light skinned and I still had to go get a white man to to help me with a purchase.
Was it now? Let me play advocacy. Was it
Mhm.
because you were a light skinned person, or were you just a woman that they won't listen to you?
Hmm. Okay. I'll give you that because there is bias against women too, right?
Mhm.
So it could have been that too. Um, so both are pretty fucked up.
Yeah, that's just
Both are
what
pretty
it is.
fucked up.
That's just what it is right now. This fake gender war that's been brewing for quite a long time now, and all of it is just fake. I mean, but they fear that no one has listened to them, or they feel inferior, or they just want you to be this uh, feminist type person. They just want you to just be just with a long sundress and with just catering to catering to people's demands and being responsible for your role as a woman and cooking and cleaning and doing all this other type of shit and making them a sandwich and doing that. You know how that goes. So
May I ask something?
yes.
This is so interesting. Okay. Okay. I'm a feminine woman. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would make a meal for my significant other. Like I love catering, but I also will go cut the grass if I need to. I will I'll like do stuff in the house. I know how to use tools. Like that doesn't make me less feminine because I like doing shit like that. But for some reason, these podcasters are acting like women are only supposed to be in the house and maids, sex slaves, incubators. Like, what? I don't understand this. I just cooked a full blown meal tonight. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna be outside cutting the grass and fertilizing the trees. Oh, what's the problem? Why can't we act like women and men can do the same shit?
They want the acknowledgement. How's that? They want the acknowledgement that women are not equal to men. They want the acknowledgement that that God is above man and man is above woman and woman is above children. Even though that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life, because you have to go triangularly. Because when you get married, you both have equal responsibilities. This is the triangle thing. God is always up top. There's man and woman at the bottom. And what comes out of this triangular shape? Children. Children. I had it and I lost it. Children. Organizing. Wealth. All that shit comes through there. Because if you're no one is ahead above anybody else. Because if I die, who's going to take care of the responsibility? My wife. She's going to be the head. My energy is going to go straight to her. And she's going to be wearing the pants and the apron, and she's going to have both masculinity and femininity all in one. She's going to be taking care of the load until somebody else comes along, and then she gets remarried, and then suddenly the energy has to transfer onto him now. And he has to be a percentage of masculinity versus percentage of femininity. And the woman has to be a percentage of femininity versus masculinity. It's all in an equal balance.
Yeah, because like every year I get on the roof, I cut the branches, so they don't dig into the roof. I brush the leaves down from the what's that when you have something in your roof where the leaves settle.
Let me ask you this. Well, are you willing to give? This is just a question. This is not mine, but are you willing to give your paycheck to your husband?
Am I willing to give my paycheck to my husband?
Uh-huh.
I'm willing for me and my husband to have a joint bank account. I'm not just offering up my paycheck.
You
Dumb.
see how
That's dumb.
see how these things, you see how what I have to deal with? You
That's
see these
dumb.
things
To just give up your paycheck. That's dumb.
you're giving up your paycheck because they don't want you to go on these trips with your girlfriends. It's it's stupid. It's just stupid. You can't go out with your girlfriends because they think that you're gonna allow your husband to go out with the guy friends. It's so especially
Well, I'm not that type of person. I wouldn't mind my husband if I had a husband. I don't, but I wouldn't mind him going on a vacation with his boys. I wouldn't mind that because he's his own individual person. And
is he allowed to clap cheeks?
what's that mean? Clap cheeks.
Oh God.
Like pop, 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 pop on the booty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pop.
that don't really.
Is he
bother me.
allowed? Okay, I'm gonna be
That don't
straight.
really bother me that much either. I don't.
So he's allowed to have sex with somebody else.
No, you said pop cheeks. You didn't say have sex.
Clap. That's what it means nowadays. Clap cheeks, to have sex with another woman.
I didn't know. Okay, thank you. We-On-Loc Nation. So clap cheeks means have sex
Yes.
with somebody else.
Yes.
Oh, well, if he's allowed to have sex with somebody else, that means I'm allowed to have sex with somebody else.
No, you're not allowed. No, you're not.
Well, then, no, he's not allowed. You can't have your cake and eat it too, and then I'm over here with a cupcake,
Well, see, here's the thing.
barely licking the frosting off the top.
Women are
That don't make no
allowed
sense.
to do whatever it is a woman wants to do, which is the most dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Women
Wait,
don't.
you just said that he was allowed to have sex with a whole different woman, but I'm not allowed to have sex with a man. What you talking about?
That's what I want to know.
That's what I want to know. What are you talking about?
These are people who I don't associate with at all. These are the people who complain every day that a woman gets away with everything and a man is subject to more and more consequences, especially when it comes to the courthouse. Right?
What are you saying? Are you saying
listen to me
you think that a man should be allowed to
No, listen to me.
women?
Listen to me, Abby. Listen to me. This is all a game.
Okay.
This is all a game, and this has been happening for quite some time. If you ever heard Kevin Samuels speak, if you ever heard Kevin Samuels speak, or you ever heard people from the woman sphere speak, you will know that they want somebody who is very, very young, very pure, has little to no bodies.
Little to no knowledge.
Thank you. Now you're getting it. Little to no knowledge of anything. because they don't want the responsibility or the accountability, right? But they complain all day every day that I'm a working hard class high value man, blah 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 blah. I'm like, what is high value? What is high value to me when you don't even own a country? You are a king that has no country. A king with no queen, and a queen wants a king with a country that rules over amongst other kingdoms. If you can do that, then a woman can be submissive to you, damn it.
You know what's interesting to me? I cannot stand the concept of submitting to anyone. I cannot stand that. But if you treat me well, I want to cook for you, do things for you, like do things to make your life easier. But I also don't want to be your mama. Like you gotta be a partner with me in this house.
I don't want a partner. I want a helpmate.
Ain't that the same thing?
No.
A partner versus a helpmate.
Because the partner feels that she is equal to him, which is another dumb concept.
So what's a helpmate?
A helpmate is a person who would follow a man's every lead, but will help him with, say, things within the house.
I don't need to follow anybody's lead. I'm a grown ass woman. I don't need to follow anybody. I need a partner. That's me. You don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree respectfully.
Me?
I don't need.
I told you once before.
Follow anyone.
I told you once before.
Nobody.
Negroes. I'm not with any of these Negroes at all. All of them are just, to me, all of them are stupid. Those are these things. Like you are just afraid of approaching a woman. Now you're bitching and complaining you can't find one for obvious reasons. I don't know. But the obvious one is you just want to clap cheeks. That's all you want to do. You want to clap her cheeks, get her barefoot and pregnant, and blame her for opening her legs to you. Even though it's both of your responsibility in the first place, because I could say for on one end that it's the woman's responsibility to say no, and on the other end, it's on the man's responsibility to have self-control. That's what I see. But since both of them don't have that sense of direction, both of them are careless, and both of them end up suffering the consequences. So this is the reason why we have a world like this. And this is the reason why God intended not for a person to have sexual relations, because of the consequences that look around.
I don't know about that. I like to fuck. I don't know about that. What I do know is
I like to fuck too.
I like to cook. I mean, I like to cook. I like to take care of. I am a person that loves to take care of people that deserve to be taken care of. I love that. So I do have that feminine energy, but I also have masculine energy. You ain't about to like take advantage of me either. You better get the fuck on. I mean, what? I will box your ass if you
Okay,
fucking playing with me.
All right, should I just?
I'm just saying.
I'm okay. To even further elaborate on what the hell is going on in the world today, I'll just instead of opening my mouth, I'll just have to show you and demonstrate, and because see here, you don't understand. You just totally do not understand. How long have you been on here?
We believe in a future. I'm almost 50 years old. Don't tell me what I don't understand and what I don't understand. Show me and ask me if I understand. Don't tell me I don't understand. Now you're doing too fucking much.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, we good. Show me.
I'm so sorry.
I enjoy my conversation with you.
Do you?
So she
Absolutely.
said, raise a hand. Do all of y'all want an alpha male, like a masculine male?
I just want to show
Of course, okay. Tone.
Except for Harlem, though. She don't.
I don't really, you know,
this
I don't,
nigga. This
you
nigga right
can
here.
run all around and through?
No, I want a partner. So I don't want anybody to can run over.
So you know.
No, I've seen him, and he is not a nigga I will follow at all. But go ahead. Go ahead.
And I don't want I don't want a man to have to have a certain
demeanor.
Yeah, the alpha demeanor.
Let me ask you a question, Tone.
Sure, go ahead.
Are you religious at all?
I'm spiritual.
Spiritual. Do you believe in God?
I do.
Okay. Do you believe in this order? God over man, man over woman, woman over children.
No.
Okay, let me ask you a question, right?
There you go.
Who's better at leading? Is God better at leading men?
Is God better? I don't understand the question. Then what?
No, is God better at leading men, or is man better at
Can
leading
we pause
God?
it for a second?
God is.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, this nigga got small hands. He's zesty. Why his hands so small and his arm so big? That's a red flag right there. Okay. Nigga look zesty.
Are you trying to say every time he tries to fight, he goes like this?
Something wrong with this nigga. I'm just saying.
But you realize what I'm saying, right?
And secondly, what else he said? Is God good at leading? First of all, if God was so good at leading, why he didn't lead us out of slavery? Nigga, shut the fuck up.
Oh, we gotta go there, huh?
Yeah. What you talking about? God good at lead. Nigga.
Okay.
God could have led us out of slavery 100 years before the 400 years we was in it.
Okay.
10 years.
Do you believe God is a spirit?
A spirit?
Yes. Do you believe in spirit?
I believe God is shit.
So you're an atheist?
I'm an atheist agnostic.
I did not know that.
There's 3,000 gods on this planet. I just believe in one less than you.
3,000 gods.
Yeah. There's a lot of gods on this planet.
I believe in multiple.
From all kind of countries, all kind of continents. There's a lot of gods. I just believe in one less than you.
It's too late in the morning to be arguing with you about this. Well, I'll take your word. I'll take your word
It's not an argument. It's not an argument. It's a conversation.
No. I'm with you, sister. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Hey, Abby. Hey, stay with me. Stay with me. All right. Look, I'm not gonna argue with you at 2:00 in the morning about this. Okay. I'm just gonna take your word for it.
Argument is a conversation.
Because I like this back
banter. It's banter.
I love it. I really do.
Banter.
But I want how often do you read scripture?
I don't read the white man's Bible. I'm not reading that shit.
But you do realize that before there was a white man's Bible, you had the biblical scriptures were copied based on the scriptures that were in the coffin text.
And you do realize that what you're reading is what the white man translated and put forth for you. I'm not.
I already know that.
I don't want. So why?
I know that.
I don't want to read that shit.
I just said what was translated, what was stolen, what was basically stolen.
So what you reading? You reading the King James Bible? If that's what you're reading, you read the white man's Bible.
There are many versions. There are many versions, but you just.
So what you reading though? What are you reading?
I mean, I read under the New Living Word. I live under read under King James. But I also understand, where that comes from. This is not even the original Bible that we're reading, but again, I don't.
The white man's Bible.
We all know that. Of course, we know that this Bible comes from the what? Government. We all know it comes from the government. We all know that.
So why can't you read the Metunatel?
Meant to the what?
Metunatel. META. Let me
Put it in the back chat. Put it in the back chat.
Okay. I will.
You sure you like women? You sure you like women? I don't think you like. I think you want a man. I think you want a man.
I like both.
You need them. You need them.
I told you I like both. What's the problem?
I had a girl. If I had a twin.
I told you I like both. What's the problem?
I wish I had a twin. We'll be looking over some shit until 6 o'clock in the morning.
I'm putting it in the private chat. Metunatel.
Have you heard of a brother named Ashwa Kwesi?
No. Can you put it? I'm a life learner.
I know about the Metunatel. I know about the Metunatel.
Oh, no, it's called the Metunatel.
I know about the Metunatel.
Okay.
Who you think you're talking to? Who the hell you think you're talking to, woman?
Oh, wait,
why Book of the Dead. I even got the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Who you think?
The Egyptian Book of the Dead. Why are you being so strong?
I gotta be strong, woman. You see these books? You see these books right here? Do you see these books? Can you see that book?
No, your green screen. You can't see it.
God damn.
But you could put it in a private chat for me so I could look it up for myself and order it.
You see this book? Do you see this?
Oh, hotel. I'm hotel.
Get your hotel. You don't think I know?
I have the Egyptian Book of the Dead too.
So do I. I don't think this Who do you think you talking to?
You think you talking to?
You see this? The spirituality before religion?
That's beautiful. So why are you talking about the Bible? That's confusing.
By Dr. Kamba?
So why are you talking about the Bible? That's what's so confusing to me.
No, but the Bible is supposed to be inspirational. I didn't say it's the end all be all. You're supposed to read it from front to back to front, and graduate from it. And it's like what you can take now. I believe you can take some certain things, right? You can take certain things and you can put it in your life. I believe that much, but to say this is it, no.
So We-On-Loc. I have preachers and stuff in my family that went to the theologian school, whatever the fuck it's called. Do you know that they aren't even required to read the Bible from the front to the back? They learn fucking parables. What's wrong with that? They aren't required to read the Bible from the front to. When I was like really getting to Christianity, I was like, we should read the front to the goddamn back and start over again. What are we doing? And I tried to start reading it from the front.
They're reading them parables due to subjects. They are based on everything's based on subjects.
Yes, they just read stuff just to feel good fucking stories.
Not all.
It's not real. It's not real. They go. My mom was going over the same shit for 50 fucking years. The same goddamn stories.
But you can fear it spirit. You can fear something spiritual, right? You can fear something spiritual going on.
No, I can't.
I do.
Oh, it's good for you.
I do. Because if there's a difference between what because you're talking about religious things. I'm not talking about religious things. I'm talking about straight spiritual things. Because say if you were to, how can I say this? If you were to pray for something, say pray for you to, I don't know, get a car or something like that, and like 8-9 months later you get a car. If you pray that your dad doesn't go under duress and dies of a heart attack or something, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Maybe it was his time to go, maybe it wasn't his time to go. We don't know when our time is to go. We don't know. And this is where I say, when I wake up, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for my eyes to be woken up because God intended it to. If God didn't intend to wake me up, I would not be woken up.
May I speak on that for a second?
Yes.
I really did practice like lucid dreaming. You know, lucid dreaming when you're, you know what I'm talking about?
I'm familiar with it. Go ahead.
Okay, so lucid dreaming is when you are dreaming because you have two different parts of your brain. You have the awake state and your dream state, right? So you could be asleep and dream, and your dream state can give you information in your wake state if you take the time to cultivate it and make sure it's is something that you can tap into. So I'm not saying I don't believe in the universe. I just don't believe in religion, but I believe in the universe because I've experienced it. Yada yada.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's one of the things that I said.
okay.
I'm not a religious person, but I do understand it. But in order for us to really understand how things work when it comes to, especially financially, because a lot of religions have their hands in the cookie jar financially. I understand fully and truly what it means. Let me see if I could. Let me see if I can post this so you can read it, because I don't want us to have any misunderstandings. Okay. I want you to go,
I don't think we have misunderstandings.
I want you to go in the back chat. I got something for you. I want you to look it up. I want you to, when you come back, whenever you come back, because I think it's this Sunday before I can even do anything. If you come back, I want you to tell me.
I'll be back.
I want you to tell me. Yeah, I want you to look at it, and I want you to study that. That's a. And I can't believe you don't know who Ashwa Kwesi is.
I don't, but the thing is, like, I try to fill myself with so much information.
How dare
you? Can you put it in a private chat so I can look it up? I try to fill myself with so much information. May I say that tomorrow well, let me pull it up first before I say it. So tomorrow I'm going to be on my podcast talking about expelling the USA from the UN by invoking Article 6 of the UN Charter. I think that's an important conversation to have. I hope that you guys would join us tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central Time, and it's at Abby Do, Abby Don't. So we're trying to expel, like, put forth all the signatures in order to expel the U.S. from the United Nations, because the United States is a veto power in the UN. And of course, they veto all the shit that brings peace across the world. They veto all that shit because they make money off of it. So it's time for them to go.
Good luck with that.
I know, but if you don't try, if you don't work, then what the fuck? We just not supposed to do nothing.
I get it.
I want to explain what it's about, what it's for, what we're trying to do, and I'll put it in the chat, I guess.
Again, I understand, but there's a lot of things that a lot of these people are trying to unlock, especially in this late stage of Gen Z, and then you got Gen Alpha coming up, right? And that's going to be even more. that's going to be even more confusing. People like us need to be in the forefronts to help these people out, because AI is not at 100%, but pretty soon, when it does get at 100%, please spare me. There ain't no excuses. Everything is controlled by AI. Everything is about white folks and AI.
What's real and what's not real anymore.
What's real and what's not real anymore. And that's why people are afraid to go on dates, concede, or get married anymore, or have kids, or even want to have kids, because living in a world like this is so scary. I'll put them in the back chat. There, one. I'll put that man in the back chat. You listen to that man. You listen to that good man. And he has a wife. If you don't listen to him, listen to his wife. If you don't want to listen to him, listen to his wife. All right. Any last words?
What you saying? If you don't listen to him, listen to his wife.
Yeah, his wife. Yes, his wife does. His wife does the exact same thing what he does. She's a what you call a teacher or tutoress, whatever you call them.
Who wife you talking about? What
Ashwa, Quasi's wife. The one in Quasi. Look in the private chat. Look in the private chat.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I just gave you two of them things right there.
Okay. You confused me.
How did I confuse you?
Because I didn't know what was happening.
That's all. You're not computer savvy like that. Me either. I'm not computer savvy.
I'm computer savvy. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
But did you get the links?
I'm about to get them. I was trying to do this. Okay. Let me get these links in the private chat. Okay. Thank you, boo-boo. All right, got them.
You got them? Okay.
Yeah. So, are we going to talk about them later? What are we doing?
What I'm doing is I'm gonna go to bed. I don't know what you're gonna do.
So we're gonna talk about them later, right?
We'll talk about them much later.
Okay.
Because I'm tired.
So nice talking to you. I appreciate you allowing me on your platform. Please, you guys, like, share, and subscribe, because that's how you beat the algorithm.
Mm-hmm. But I appreciate this talk. We're gonna have plenty of that. We're gonna have some more and some more and some more. I just found something more interesting, and this is quite interesting. Quite interesting. But at least I get to know people like that. I don't want to get to know people by all the no. We actually have quite dialogue.
I find
on the fire type dialogue.
I find in these weird indigenous Black American groups, it's a lot of yelling, a lot of fussing, and I'm just like, okay, this is a bit much.
It's all about this.
Can we just talk?
It's all about this. It's all about this and all about being.
I'm not interested. Like, I could pay my own bills. I'm just here to talk and have conversation.
Same here.
That's it.
Same here. You get to know people on the internet.
So thank you very much for allowing me to be on your platform. I really appreciate you. And have a good night, everyone at home. We love you, fam.
They definitely love you too. Have a good night. And this concludes our episode of We-On-Loc Nation. I ain't expect for it to be this doggone long, but hot damn, this was longish. But I appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all. Have a good night.